All right. Hello, everybody. Oh, my gosh. I keep forgetting. I got to change that setting. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Play by Play with Dr. DeLay. Pardon my chair. I am Dr. DeLay, and welcome to another baseball game. We got the Brewers and the Reds today. The Brewers have been on fire, and that's honestly not really telling the whole story. They're winners of 13 in a row. And they're looking for number 14 today against the NL Central, their NL Central rival, the Reds. Of course, they are 64 and 59. Been about 500 the last 10 games, 5-5. But they are taking advantage of a struggling Mets team. The Mets are 1-9 in the last 10. Of course, that extends back a little bit further as far as how bad they've been. So the Reds, again, just trying to keep pace, trying to see, what's happening in the Mets-Seattle game. I believe the Mets are up 3-0, so it doesn't look like they're going to get any help today. But, of course, the Reds, again, trying to keep pace with the Mets and trying to steal that final spot that, again, the Cubs seem to be very solid. They seem to be definitely in the Padres most likely. And, it's really going to come down to the Reds and Mets. Maybe the Cardinals can make a play. I don't know. Again, it's really the middle of the pack of the NL has been kind of struggling as of late. So again, the Reds are looking to make a push and try to take advantage of the flailing and failing Mets. But again, it's good old NL Central baseball. Earlier today, I did Pirates Cubs. Cubs winning that one 3-1. And for the Reds today, starting pitcher is going to be Zach Littell. 9-8 record, 3.60 ERA, whip of a 1.12. Last 7 games, well, of course, as a Red, 1-0, 3.86. Can't really tell you the last 7 games, but as a Red, though, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Starting lineup for the Reds is Friedel, Steer, Dela Cruz, Andujar, Lux, Marte, McLean, Trevino, and Brian Hayes, the former Pirate. Now, speaking of former Pirates, the starting pitcher of the Milwaukee Brewers, Quinn Priester. He has done very well this year. Finally, I'm kind of happy for him, finally proving that, hey, he's not a bad player at all. May have just been the Pirates that have been struggling. As this year, he's 11-2, 3.49 ERA, whip of a 1.24. Last 7 appearances, 5-0, 3.76 ERA, whip of a 1.25. So a little bit above average there. Again, a very solid year for him. I'm pulling for him because, again, it's, he's been really, ever since he's left Pittsburgh, really. It looks like he's been very good. Jacob, how's it going? The Cubs ended up pulling away in the 8th inning. They won 3-1. They beat the Pirates 3-1. So that is your starting pitcher for the Brewers, the former Pirate Quinn Priester. Starting lineup, Frelick, Ortiz, Contreras, Yelich, Vaughn, Durbin, Turang, Baroa, and Lockridge. That is your starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, we're probably just about a minute or so away from first pitch. I think they're running a little bit behind if I overheard correctly. But it shouldn't be too much longer. And again, the Brewers' 13-game winning streak, apparently that is tying a franchise record. So congratulations, of course, on that. They're looking to break that today. And again, they're facing a Reds team that is very hungry and looking to take advantage of the Mets, who have been struggling as of late. Holden, how's it going? Hopefully you enjoy the stream. Who do I have winning? It's a tough one. The Brewers are so hot lately, but you got to think, well, that's got to end eventually. But then again, it's like, well, they've been hot for a reason. So I don't know. I'm going to probably lean the Brewers, but, baseball, again, it's so random. You never know what can happen on any given day. Jason, how's it going? Hoping you would do my oh yeah. Doubleheader. I haven't done a doubleheader. It's been about a week since I've done a doubleheader. So yeah, obviously I did my Pirates earlier. But, we got some Brewers and the Reds. So it looks like Littell is still warming up. So, again, we're about a minute or so away. They're running a little bit behind due to the pregame festivities there. But it will be Sal Frelick leading it off for the Brewers. He's batting .298, OPS of .777, 9 homers and 47 RBIs. And of course, again, I actually, during the Pirates-Reds games and Pirates-Brewers games, interact with a lot of the other fan bases. And, this made perfect sense to go ahead and do Brewers-Reds. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, you're very welcome, Jason. Hey, it's going to be a pleasure to watch some good old NL Central baseball. The Pirates did not win. They lost. Cubs winning 3-1, Holden. Typical Pirates, as Frelick is stepping up to the plate. And we're just a few minutes or a few seconds away, from this one getting started. As Littell sets, kicks, and deals, and that's upstairs, ball one. We are underway in Cincinnati. Again, the Brewers going for 14 in a row. The Reds, they're just a half game back from the Mets. As Littell sets on the 1-0, kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1 count to Sal Frelick, the right fielder. Done a pretty solid job this year. Well above his career averages. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a chopper, and that is going foul. I am not too sure. Oh. Andrew's thanking Jacob. 1-2 count. Littell kicks and fires. That is low for ball 2. Excited for the Steelers preseason game, but I can't watch. Yeah, no, same here. I may be checking back and forth between the stats there, as Aaron Rodgers is supposed to play, I think, a series. Here is the 2-2. Called strike 3. 85 up out of the zone. But the umpire rung him up anyway. Down goes Frelick. That will bring up Joey Ortiz. He's batting .234, OPS of .619, 7 home runs, and 42 RBIs as Littell sets, kicks, and kneels. That's going to be a chopper to short. Dela Cruz throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 2. All right, 6 pitches, 2 outs. That'll bring up the catcher, William Contreras. He's batting .262, OPS of .756, 12 homers and 59 RBIs on the season. Yeah, we're closing in. Littell sets and fires. That's right down the middle for a called strike. 88 miles per hour. It was a breaking ball there. 0-1. Littell rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike as well. 95 on the outside corner. Littell is attacking the Brewers, and that's probably what you need to do. 0-2 count. Littell sets and delivers. That is just inside for ball 195. As they're showing Quinn Priester, the former Pirate. He is going to be the starting pitcher for the Brewers. And looks like Contreras is going to ask for time. Littell is just standing there. I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, or maybe this was by design to make him use that timeout. 1-2. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside for ball 2. Slider in the left-handed batter's box. So, again, just way outside. As it's 2-2, Littell once again rocks, sets, kicks, and fires. Called strike 3. That one was out of the zone. He struck him out. Littell getting 2 strikeouts on pitches that were out of the zone. But, hey, that's the way it's called. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Brewers and Reds tied at 0 apiece. As I will open up my bottle of water. Once again, folks, hey, how's it going? And I am Dr. DeLay. Of course, I've been calling baseball games since opening day, and you can probably see that I'm a Pirates fan. You're probably confused on why in the world a Pirates fan is going to be calling this game. Well, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. I do mostly Pirates, but again, as you can see, it's not just Pirates on the channel. And, of course, if you're looking for a home for the postseason, that's kind of my offer to you guys here. I'll be doing the NL side of the postseason and, of course, the World Series. So definitely like and subscribe. Press that like button and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lane. Of course, I'll be doing plenty of college and NFL once that is here. I did a little bit of preseason the other day. Brewers without Collins, Perkins, and Churio. Yeah, no, the Brewers changing up the lineup. I didn't recognize Baroa, but I've seen everybody else play. I just have not seen him. Of course, you know, I may have seen him. I just don't recall. First three batters for the Reds will be Friedl, Steer, and Dela Cruz. Again, Quinn Priester is the starter for the Brewers. You're a Pirates guy, but a great commentary. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Like number 10, let's go. 12 subs till 500. Again, thank you guys so much. Again, if you like play-by-play, this is the channel for you. This is what I offer. As we're returning to Cincinnati, where, again, it's 0-0. TJ Friedl at the plate. By the way, folks, check out Rising Rhino. He loves football, and he does play-by-play for football, so definitely check it out if you're a football fan. Sports fan in general, by the way. Just check him out. He is great. As Priester, it's on the mound. 3.49 ERA, record of 11-2. Again, he's been very good as a Brewer. As Priester delivers. That's in there for a called strike. 95 at the knees. 0-1. Priester kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper to first. He's going to take it himself for out number 1. That was Vaughn telling Priester, hey, you're good. I can take it all the way. That'll bring up Spencer Steer, the Reds' first baseman. He's batting .238, OPS of .693, 14 homers, and 58 RBIs. As Priester kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. 94 on the outside corner. Had a base hit and also an RBI yesterday. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Steer couldn't lay off. It's been very good in his last 7 games. OPS of .868. Been a very good hitter. As Priester kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1, 95 on the sinker. Sinker, cutter, changeup, slider, and curveball. That is Priester's arsenal. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right. And that is out of play. Of course, if you are a Reds fan tuning in, you're probably going to be paying attention to the Mets game. The Mets, again, they are flailing and failing as of lately. But, I understand that the Mets, I believe, were up. The Reds are looking to keep pace. As here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 82 on the breaking ball in the dirt. Just couldn't lay off it. And that will bring up Ellie Dela Cruz. You may have heard of him. I'm not too sure. He's batting .276, OPS of .810, 19 homers, and 76 RBIs on the year. As Priester delivers, that's going to be a ground ball to first. Vaughn will toss to Priester, covering the bag for out number 3. I was going to go over his stats yesterday, but we can't. We're already at the top of the second inning. Score is 0-0. Again, it is a very pivotal matchup. Brewers, of course, going for 14 in a row. The Reds, well, they're hoping that the Mariners can knock off the Mets, but the Mets finally going to get back in the win column. Again, they've been struggling for about 3 weeks now. The Mets are up 3-0 on the Mariners. Red Sox leading 7-3 over the Marlins. And that is pretty much it for now. The Cubs defeated my Pirates earlier 3-1. I, of course, covered that game. Some of you guys were there. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. Brewers so lucky to get Priester. Yeah, it's a shame the Pirates just don't know how to develop. I don't know. We're so inconsistent when that happens. We can develop people, we also can't. Dr. Leg got company. Hey, man. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. I appreciate you guys clicking on the live stream. Obviously, I'm not the most popular guy. This is probably most of your guys' first time being here. So I am just starting out my YouTube career this year. Again, I do play-by-play. You can kind of see it is mostly Pirates. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Well, don't be shocked if it's mostly Pirates. That's kind of what I do. But again, I do bounce around to Major League Baseball. And of course, I'll be doing playoffs. So again, Brewers, you guys will probably be there. So I will definitely be doing some Brewers games in the NL postseason. The Reds, of course, you guys will be battling and trying to get in. So I don't know. I might do some Reds games, of course, later down the road if there's a Pirates game, we're off that day or something, as you guys are battling. Be very interesting. Very interesting. Chris, how's it going? You made it. Did you miss anything? As of now, no. Nothing happening. Nothing happening whatsoever. No hits. No nothing. As we are in the top of the second, Christian Yelich stepping up to the plate. He's batting .272. OPS of .825. 25 home runs and 86 RBIs on the season. As it's already 0-1 as we return. Didn't even show it. 0-1 count. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be yanked to right, and that is a foul ball. Yelich yesterday was 4 for 5, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. 0-2 count. Littell sets, kicks, and fires. Ground ball to second. Tosses to first for out number 1. Yelich running it out, though. You got to like the sight of that. That will bring up Andrew Vaughn. First baseman batting .245, OPS of .722, 14 homers, and 54 RBIs on the season. Was 2 for 5 yesterday with a home run. As Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. To the first baseman. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to center. Friedel under it and will make the catch for out number 2. That will bring up the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. He's a rookie. Batting .253, OPS of .701, 6 homers, and 40 RBIs on the season. Yesterday, what did he do? He was 1 for 5 in yesterday's game. Littell sets, kicks, and fires. That is in the dirt for ball 1. It'll be a franchise record. Yes, I saw that earlier. Yes, the Brewers tied it. 13, of course, yesterday. Today, if they get the win, they would make Brewers history. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 2. 92 on the sinker. So 2-0 to the rookie third baseman, Caleb Durbin, as Littell sets, kicks, and fires. That's in there for a called strike. Littell rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike as well. 87 on the outside corner. 2-2. Littell once again will rock, set, kick, and deal. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Earlier today, of course, again, and you probably don't care, and it is what it is. Cubs, Pirates, I did that earlier. Not much offense in that one. As of now, it's just been nothing happening. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to right. Will it stay in play? It will not. Once again, a 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the second. 0-0 is your score, Brewers and Reds. NL Central foes. Bud, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the thumbs up. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Durbin with the first hit of the day for either team. It comes with 2 outs in the top of the second. Oh, wow, pure adrenaline. Wow, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. We are doing a game that may be of importance to the Mets. You know, Pure Adrenaline covers the Mets. As here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. And, oh! Marte misplayed it. Durbin rounding third, heading for home. Dela Cruz is just going to have to eat it. Terang. Could have been an easy flyout, but Marte came in and then realized, no, that ball is still going. It's over his head. A 2-out RBI double for Terang makes it a 1-0 game. Oh my goodness, talk about an easy out. Oh man. Marte coming in, and he's like, oh, wait a second. What was I doing? I went the wrong way. As that'll bring up Stuart Baroa. He's, only 4 at-bats on the year, as he's looking for his first hit on the season. Again, very much thank you, Pure Adrenaline. He is awesome. Everyone, please check out Pure Adrenaline Sports. He's been very supportive of the channel. Again, if you're just a sports fan in general, just definitely subscribe to him. He has been very, very much good to me, and he's awesome at what he does. 0-1 count here as Littell kicks and deals. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Dr. DeLay, how's it going, Gina? Little adrenaline never hurt nobody. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. 1-1 count. Brewers up 1-0. Littell rocks, sets. Looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's be a ground ball to first. Steer had trouble with it, and he can't make the play. Oh, the Reds right now already looking a little frazzled. I'm assuming the Mets had won because they were up 3-0. Yeah, 3-1. Maybe, I don't know. The Reds, maybe they felt that the Mets had already won. Like, oh man, we got to lock in. That'll bring in someone that's got to lock in all the time. Lockridge, Brandon Lockridge, batting .237, OPS of .563, no homers, and 10 RBIs on the season. Littell looks over at first. Sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Again, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Brewers with a 1-0 lead. Of course, all these hits, all this stuff happening with 2 outs. Littell sets on the 1-0. Kicks and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And looks like he will take advantage. Baroa at second. Met fan. Oh, thank you, George. I try. I try, guys. I really do. Again, thank you very much for stopping in. Of course, you're welcome to stay. It's not like I'm trying to, push you guys out now. The more, the merrier. As it's a 1-1 count, Littell sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1-2 count here to the number 9 hitter. Runners on second and third. Brewers already leading 1-0. Looking to make it a little bit more as Littell rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Yeah, no, the Mets were definitely going through it. The Mets, they have seen better days. They have seen better days. But again, today was one of those better days. As it's a 1-2. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit right, and that is a foul ball. Thank you, George. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, thank you, Pure Adrenaline Sports. He has been very, very nice to me. I really appreciate it. You know, it's really cool. Really cool. Is it a big crowd? Well, as of now, I'd have to get a little bit of a better view. Backstop looks pretty good. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball to second. McLean throws to Steer for out number 3. But the Brewers do get on the board as they are now up 1-0 over the Reds. Again, thank you, Gina. Appreciate it. Really do. That is awesome. You guys are so good. You guys are so good to me. Again, thank you guys for just clicking on the live stream. That really does help out the little YouTuber here. Of course, again, I'm a Pirates fan, so it's mostly Pirates, but I really do try to bounce around Major League Baseball, specifically the NL, and I don't know why it's really been that way, but I can kind of briefly show you if you can keep up here. For some reason, it's been mostly the National League, and I really couldn't tell you why. That's just the way it's worked out, and we're just going to go ahead and keep it that way for the playoffs. Again, I'll be doing the playoffs. Obviously, the Pirates won't be there, so I'll be covering pretty much everybody. And, of course, football season is just right around the corner, so if you're an NFL fan, I definitely encourage you guys to subscribe. Of course, you probably see the Steelers gear, and you're probably thinking, oh, my goodness, another Steelers guy. Like, we need one of those. Like, I really want to watch that guy. Well, okay, so I will be doing at least two games every Sunday, and you guys will be voting on one of them. Every single week I'll be putting up a poll. So pretty much right after the Steelers game, I'll be doing a game that was voted on by you, the viewer, the subscriber of the channel. So definitely subscribe to take advantage of that. Polls, of course, will start September 1st all the way through Week 18. Once again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Hopefully it's a good one. Brewers already striking first, 1-0, going for win number 14 in a row. As the Reds have Andujar, Lux, and Marte. And we're still in commercial break over here, but I might be a little bit, about 10 seconds or so behind us. Andujar is going to be at the plate. He's batting .309 OPS of .822, 9 homers, and 36 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Christopher, the Reds need to win. The Mets defeated the Mariners earlier. Here is the 1-0 to Andujar. That's going to be popped up. Contreras and Durbin looking for it, and they can't make the catch in foul territory. So, it's going to be 1-1. I guess I should have been more clear on that. That's my bad. 1-1 count here is showing that Grant Anderson was recalled from AAA. So he is back with the Brewers. All right, 1-1 count. We're back in action. Priester kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper, and that is going foul. Dr. Light took my son to Pittsburgh for 2 days and 2 games. So it was a couple years ago, but Pittsburgh has the best people and fan stadium. So beautiful, amazing. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Well, I don't live in Pittsburgh, but I'm sure they are awesome. Again, they have great teams, so it is a nice city, though. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Vaughn tosses to Priester, covering the bag for out number 1. I do like their sports teams, but I was born in the eastern part of the state of Pennsylvania, and I no longer live there. At 8 years old, my parents decided to move to Texas, so that's where I reside. That'll bring up Gavin Lux. It's batting .282, OPS of .743, 4 homers, and 45 RBIs on the season. Priester kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Is Cruz playing for the Reds? Yes. Ellie is in. Ellie De La Cruz is playing at short. Do you know who started in center field for the Brewers today? I saw him literally just a few seconds ago. I'm going to probably have to cheat and look at it. 0-1 count to Lux. As I'm assuming he asked for time, that's why there's a little bit of a delay here. Priester sets, kicks, and deals. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Lux yesterday was 2 for 4 and 2 RBIs. Had a really good day yesterday. Are you streaming the NBA? I am not, Jacob. I am no longer an NBA guy. But I got you for college basketball, though. I like college basketball. 1-1 count to Lux as Priester kicks and deals. That's in there. No! Thought it was going to be strike 2. It's 2-1. That's right, Baroa. Yes, that's the guy that I did not recognize. Baroa 2-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws to first. Gets him by half a step for out number 2. Yes, it's Baroa in center. Thank you. Thank you, Becky. All right, that'll bring up Noel V. Marte. His play in right may have resulted in a Brewers run. He's batting .289, OPS of .824, 8 home runs, and 36 RBIs on the season. Here is the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Ever since Miguel Andujar came to the Reds, he's been on a tear. Been pretty good. I remember he played for the Pirates for a little bit. As that's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Let's see if I can. Yesterday, Marte was 1 for 4 and had an RBI. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Frelick jogging on over and will make the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Brewers leading 1-0. Going for win number 14. And let me just check it. Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, my goodness. The Brewers aim to win 14 in a row. Who wins today? 97% of you guys think the Brewers get it done. I don't think I've ever seen a poll that lopsided before. Oh, my gosh. Well, I think you guys have made your voices heard, and I think someone else just voted for the Brewers. Okay. Once again, folks, thank you guys for stopping by again. Shout out to Pure Adrenaline Sports. Again, definitely check him out. He covers the Mets, and just, again, if you're a baseball fan, if you're a sports fan in general, just go ahead and subscribe to him. He does a great job. Dr. Lee, we'll talk again. Thank you, George, for stopping by. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And, again, if you like sports, this is a great place for you. I do play-by-play, and, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. It's mostly Pirates, but, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and I'll of course, be favoring teams when I do bounce around, of course, that are looking to make the playoffs, in the playoff picture, stuff like that. So, Brewers, yeah, probably going to be featuring you guys a little bit more than usual. Same with the Reds. I really don't, ever since I really met Pure Adrenaline. I did do a Mets game the other night, but ever since I've met Pure Adrenaline, I haven't really touched the Mets other than that one time. But in the postseason, I'll be doing it regardless. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, no, definitely. If you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. Of course, again, I'll be doing plenty of football, and you guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing. Been to Philly, but never to Pittsburgh. Nice stadium in Philly. Yeah, I've been to Citizens Bank. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. Not as nice as Pittsburgh's, but it's pretty nice. Collins out for first person. Okay. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul as Sal Frelick is at the plate, batting .297, OPS of .775, 9 homers, and 47 RBIs. You voted for the Brewers even though you're a Reds fan. Wow, no faith. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. To be fair, I'm a Pirates fan, and I think I don't know if I picked the Pirates to ever win a game. 1-1 count. Littell kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 2. It's crazy that the Brewers don't miss a beat no matter who's playing. They are, again, looking very good. They are looking good. 2-1 counts. Littell sets. Kicks and deals. Checked his swing, made contact on a pitch way upstairs. Frelick pretty upset with himself about that, as it's a 2-2 count to the right fielder. Littell delivers. Ground ball to second. Oh, a crazy hop, but handled well by McLean. Throwing to first for out number 1. Wow, that was a big bounce there. So that'll bring up Joey Ortiz, the shortstop. It's batting .233, OPS of .617, 7 home runs, and 42 RBIs on the season. Ortiz is 0 for 1 on the day. As Littell sets and fires. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Appreciate your broadcast, sir. Thank you. Hey, you're very welcome, Andrew. Hey, this is what I do. This is what I do. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit to left. Shallow left. Looks like Ellie's going to make a play for it, and he does for out number 2. So 2 away, and that will bring up the Brewers catcher, William Contreras. It's batting .261. OPS of .755, 12 homers and 59 RBIs. As here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Contreras, by the way, is 0 for 1 on the night. Littell sets on the 1-0. Kicks and deals. Ground ball, and that is foul. Oh, nice snag by the ball boy. You're hungry, Dr. Lay? Going to eat? We'll definitely see you again. Hey, thank you, Gina. Appreciate it. You enjoy again the rest of your Saturday evening. I'm just entertainment. You guys can turn me off at any time. That is okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. 1-1 counts. Littell sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Marte is under it, looking to play it correctly this time, and he does for out number 3. Littell working pretty quickly there. Just 10 pitches as we head to the bottom of the third. The Brewers still leading 1-0 over the Reds. Thanks for making my household chores a little. Hey, that's what I do. I was told that most people, they don't even look at the screen. They don't do nothing. They actually they put whatever the device is, whether it's a TV, phone, computer, and they'll do work or, working around the house or whatnot. That's really interesting. Yeah, so, again, that is kind of the thing here. Again, I provide this as an alternative. Obviously, if you're not able to watch the game, that's what I do. But, yeah, no. If you got stuff to do, just put me to the side. I'll still be here until this game is over, obviously. You got to get laundry done, wash your dishes, do whatever. Let's see. What does OPS actually entail? It's on-base percentage and slugging. I would think batting average, homers, and RBIs much more important. Yeah, that was kind of the traditional way of thinking, but OPS kind of combines that because OPS really includes walks when it comes down to it. So it replaces the batting average with walks. But it does include pretty much, slugging, how well you doubles, triples, home runs, and stuff like that. Who's your favorite baseball player, past or present? Andrew McCutchen. I know it's kind of a shocker, Pirates, but yeah, no, I really liked Andrew McCutchen. Growing up, my favorite player was Freddie Sanchez. He was a second baseman for the Pirates. I like Jason Bay as well. Yeah, a lot of fond memories of the 2000s, late 2000s Pirates. Even though they were bad, they still had plenty of great players. Their pitching was just terrible. I don't know, they still didn't score runs. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just used to losing. But yeah, no, Andrew McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen was he is still kind of my favorite. I don't know, I like Brian Reynolds as well now. But even he's kind of struggling. Due up for the Reds will be Matt McClain. He's batting .224, OPS of .643, 11 homers, and 39 RBIs as we're returning to Cincinnati, where the Brewers lead 1-0. As Priester's on the mound, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to the second baseman. Priester kicks and fires. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Breaking ball landing in front of the plate. Count is 1-1. Priester delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Had him way out in front with the slider. McClain is going to ask for time. McClain did not play yesterday. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went back to the same pitch. The slider out of the zone. And that will bring up Jose Trevino. He's batting .258, OPS of .702, 4 homers and 17 RBIs on the season. Reds' biggest win against the Brewers was on August 7th, 1998, 17-0. As that is a pitch in there for a called strike. They weren't showing it, so I do apologize. 0-1 count. Priester sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1. Sometimes it was easier to have a favorite player back before the internet let us know everything about him. Yeah. 1-1. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. I know my dad, kind of an example of that would be my dad still likes Brett Favre, but, obviously, some stuff now about him. I was like, okay, well, here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I really do. I'd really try to separate, stuff that happens off the field and on the field, but it is what it is, 2-2 count. Priester looking pretty good so far as he kicks and deals in the dirt. Ball 3, breaking ball well in front of the plate. Andrew McCutcheon, great watching. Yeah, no, he was awesome. And sadly, he's still one of the best players on the Pirates. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball, foul. And again, the Pirates this year have just been so bad. Hopefully next year, he'll be back. I'd like to see him in the playoffs as a Pirate one last time. But that's asking a lot from the owner. 3-2, Priester kicks and deals. Ground ball to short. Ortiz has it. Throws to first. What a play by Ortiz. Priester really happy with the effort there. Showing his range. That will bring up the former Pirate Brian Hayes, batting .233, OPS of .568, 3 homers, and 39 RBIs. I feel like I have to say I'm not endorsing drinking or driving when I say. It's the same thing, Brett Favre. It's not like, that's outside ball 1. I totally understand. Totally understand. 1-0 counts. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Robin Yount is your favorite player, past or present. I guess I'm not. I'm sorry. When it comes to baseball history, as that's going to be in there for a called strike, I'm not too knowledgeable. I do apologize for that. I really know, Pirates, and then obviously 2000s, as that's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. My sports knowledge is really mostly the NFL. But, I've covered and watched more baseball this year than ever, so I might as well brush up on it. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 81-mile-per-hour breaking ball as we head to the top of the 4th. Brewers up 1-0 over the Reds. You're now considering me Brewers play-by-play? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I appreciate it. I don't think I'm that great at it, but I try. Thank you. That's very nice. But no, I'm still going to do the Pirates. But again, obviously, I don't know if we play the Brewers again. And if we do, hopefully it's not on the weekend because again, football season's just right around the corner. But I appreciate it. That's very nice. Again, I think I said this earlier in the other broadcast, Pirates and Cubs, the Brewers fans. Have been very good to me, very nice. So it's it's a tough one because I was raised pretty much to not like the Brewers and the Braves, and of course the Cardinals and the Reds, and the Cubs and all that stuff. But I don't know. You guys have definitely softened my view of the Brewers. Kevin Griffey Jr., one of the best players. My dad loves Ken Griffey Jr. Yes, so my dad would probably agree with you, Becky. FC Pittsburgh, the Riverhounds, they match the Pirates total. That's pretty sad. Yeah, my dad loved Ken Griffey. He did. Due up for the Brewers, it's going to be Yelich, Vaughn, and Durbin, and we'll do a scoring update in the next half inning. Once again, folks, definitely hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe if you are a fan of sports, if you're a fan of baseball. As again, it's mostly Pirates on the channel, but again, as evidence, I do bounce around, Major League Baseball. And, of course, I'll be doing the playoffs. So, if your team's in the playoffs, I'll probably be covering them. as Yelich is stepping in again, batting .272, OPS of .823, 25 homers, and 86 RBIs. As Littell delivers, breaking a ball inside for ball 1. Oh, man, you hate the Braves. You can be teammates on that one. 1-0 count. Littell kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to second. Oh, what a play by McClain, throwing to first for out number 1. That was a great dive by McClain. Otherwise, that's in right field. Yeah, my dad and most Pirates fans will hate the Braves because of what they ended the Pirates in 92. It kind of changed the whole franchise around. Vaughn's batting .244, OPS of .721, 14 homers and 54 RBIs, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Littell delivers. That is low for ball 2. You'd be like the Paul Farrington show. The Vikings fans and most of their subscribers are Packers fans. Interesting. Not heard of that show, but that is interesting. I mean, hey, I don't know. I do have a lot of Pirates fans that have subscribed, but as that's going to be outside ball 3. Did check his swing, and yeah, he did not go. But yeah, I know the Brewers, the Brewers fans here have been very good. And again, I did the Reds during the Reds series, the last one. A lot of success there. Reds fans, again, pretty cool about it. Christopher here's a Reds fan. Here's the 3-0. That is upstairs, ball 4. So he will walk, and that'll bring up Caleb Durbin. He's 1 for 1, and of course is the only run to score today. He's batting .256, OPS of .705, 6 homers and 40 RBIs for the rookie third baseman. The Brewers pitchers have retired 32 consecutive Reds batters. Wow, that's a stat right there, Chris. Thank you for that. That's a good find. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. He went. Strike 1. Terraria saying, "Go team, go." Oh, 0-1 count. Runner on first, 1 out. Brewers leading 1-0. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to shallow center. And that is caught for out number 2. That'll bring up Bryce Terang. He is 1 for 1. Of course, he had the RBI double, bringing in Durbin. He's batting .279, OPS of .757, 12 homers and 58 RBIs on the season. Runner on first, 2 outs. Littell sets and fires. That is upstairs for ball 1. Let's go Brewers, says Jacob. 1-0 count. Littell looks over at first. Sets. Looks over again. Kicks and deals. That's going to be yanked to right. That one is foul. Definitely had the distance, but couldn't straighten it out. Was just a little early. Ninja Plops pulling for the Brewers, minus a few Cubs fans. The division has a really good fan base. 1-1 count. Littell delivers. That is upstairs for ball 2. Smash the thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, Pure Adrenaline. Again, folks, check out Pure Adrenaline. He has been such a huge supporter of the channel. He has definitely helped me out with, as far as pushing my channel. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit. Oh, right to Dela Cruz, who makes a nice catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Brew Crew. So we head to the bottom of the 4th, where the Brewers still lead 1-0 over the Reds. Let's see here. He's you to get a minor league announcing job and work your way up to the majors. Oh, that'd be so cool, man. But unfortunately, where I live in Texas, and there's a lot of minor league teams in Texas, like seriously, like they have their own Texas league. But there's none around me. That's actually, I know it's insane. The nearest one is like 3 hours away. Thanks for announcing, Brewers fans stuck in Illinois. Hey, no, you're very welcome, Andrew. This is what I do. Again, I appreciate you, Sports Roustabout. Again, you guys have been so good to me. I really appreciate you guys, everyone. You guys have been awesome. So definitely, again, if you haven't done so already, definitely like and subscribe to the channel. I'm not used to this many comments, so as you can probably tell, I'm way behind. Again, thank you guys so much. But let's do this roundup real quick. The Braves and Indians tied at 0 apiece in the top of the second. Orioles and Astros zeros there at the end of one. Royals leading the White Sox 1-0. Tigers leading the Twins 1-0, and the Yankees leading the Cardinals 2-0 in the top of the first. Final scores: the Cubs defeated the Pirates 3-1. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. Mets over the Mariners 3-1, and the Red Sox defeating the Marlins 7-5. Again, thank you guys so much for clicking on this live stream. It really is awesome. Definitely, again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Of course, again, plenty of baseball on the channel. And football season's just right around the corner. I'll be doing a lot of that very, very soon. Friedel is, again, coming to the plate, batting .270, OPS of 761, 10 homers, and 39 RBIs. As looks like there's we get back to it. Priester was ready to pitch, but now there's a delay. Yeah, look, a baseball came loose there, so there's a little stoppage of play. Let's go Barrelman. Is that I guess that's a term for, oh, yeah, okay, Brewers, yeah. My bad. All right, Priester kicks and deals. Showing bunt, pulls away. That is low for ball one. Did catch a little bit of the zone, but the umpire disagreed. 1-0 count. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That is outside, ball two. Man, it's hard seeing that Steelers stuff in the background. Rodgers. Oh, man, I'm so ready for Rodgers and the Steelers, Jacob. Here's the 2-0. That is low for ball three. Murphy's Barrelman. What colors are the teams wearing? So the Reds are just in their classic whites, and the Brewers are in the grays. Here's the 3-0. That is in there for a called strike. And what I like about MLB Game Days, it'll kind of actually show you the jerseys that they're wearing. So, yeah, the Reds are wearing their white uniforms. 3-1 to Friedel. Priester kicks and deals. That's going to be hit up the middle, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Friedel's going to have to chill at first. So, first hit of the day for Cincinnati coming here in the fourth inning. Bengals all day. What's the poll at? 92% of you guys think the Brewers are going to win. Wow, that is a one-sided vote. Spencer Steer coming to the plate, batting .237, OPS of 692, 14 homers and 58 RBIs. Priester kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike one. Jacob, by the way, it's I believe the term is We Day. By the way, We Day. 0-1 count. Priester looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Yeah, I think the Bengals should be fine again. Their defense obviously is the problem there, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Definitely, I think, a playoff team. 0-2 count here to Steer. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball one. Brewers, of course, again striking first in the second inning. Marte misplaying a ball, leading to a run. And that has been the difference in this one as Priester sets on the 1-2. Kicks and deals. Ground ball to short. There's one. And two. A double play. Priester looking pretty happy about that. That wipes away the first hit of the game for the Reds. That'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz, batting .275, OPS of 808, 19 homers and 76 RBIs. He is 0 for 1. Who's your favorite Steelers past, present, and all time? That's a good question. That is a great question. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Favorite Steeler all time? Probably Ben Roethlisberger. But my first favorite Steelers player was Jerome Bettis. Then it was Hines Ward. Then it was Troy Polamalu. And then Ben, he was the constant from my childhood. And he was the only one playing from the Super Bowl era, just a few years ago. So, yeah, I would say Ben. But a lot of solid players, though. Miguel Andujar, he's 0 for 1, batting .308, OPS of .819, 9 homers, 36 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to drop for a base hit. De La Cruz jogging to third. And just like that, runners on the corners. Looked like it was going to be a easy, inning there. Again, the double play. I'm like, oh, man, the Reds, just like that, 2 outs, and all of a sudden, runners on the corners. So that'll bring up Gavin Lux, batting .281, OPS of .741, 4 homers and 45 RBIs on the season. Again, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Brewers could not speak there. Brewers leading 1-0. Yeah, Roethlisberger, Miami of Ohio, from I think he's from Lima, Ohio, or something like that. Priester sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is just foul. Oh, about a foot away from tying it up. 0-1 count. Looks like a young kid was kind of hit, but he sees the baseball and he's good. I guess that's how it is. 0-1 count. Priester sets, kicks, and fires. Ground ball up the middle. Priester has it, tosses to first for out number 3. He had it, then kind of lost it a little bit, but was able to recover. Nothing doing for the Reds, despite 3 hits. As we head to the top of the 5th, the Brewers, they still lead 1-0. Again, thank you guys so much for just, clicking on the live stream. Really does help me out a lot. Nice hearing Priester back on track. I'm just happy he's doing well in general. The Pirates, he was not good as a Pirate. Yeah, no, Sports Restaurant, I have power rankings. Just released number 5 today. I can kind of show you a little bit there. Yeah, I've been doing this just once a day, which I'll release number 4 tomorrow, and then I'll take a break for a week until next weekend. But, I've been releasing so I guess I can show you. I know there's Bengals fans. So I have the Bengals coming in at 11. I think they'll make the playoffs. Steelers at 10. Now, if you're looking for the Packers colors, I'm not sucking up here. I legit have not released the Packers yet. I have yet to release the Packers. I could not tell you why. But I'm a little bit all in on the Packers this year for the NFC. You jinxed them. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. He ended up getting out. But again, folks, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys. Again, I'll be doing playoff baseball as well. And the Brewers definitely going to be making it. The Reds, of course, fighting. Looking like, as of now, it's going to be between them and the Mets for that final spot. But, of course, again, there's still plenty of baseball. Anything can happen. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter. I don't know what's going on. Brandon, how's it going? Only team that consecutive beat them Chiefs. Yeah, but it was still a few years ago, Jacob. But, yeah, no, again, the Bengals are solid. I'm not downing the Bengals, but at some point, hey, you got to stop living off that 21 and 22 seasons or something. I can't remember. As here's the pitch, that's going to be outside ball one. That's what Steelers fans are accused of, living in the past. I need to see some more action here. Burrow hasn't done much in the last few years. Individually, yes, but the Bengals, no. 1-0 count here as that's going to be hit to right. Marte leaping, making the catch at the warning track, hitting the wall. For out number 1, Tyler Black, again, the pinch hitter. Don't know what happened there with Baroa. As that'll bring up Brandon Lockridge. Lockridge batting .235, OPS of .558, no homers and 10 RBIs. Astros, Baltimore, no score. Seahawks are going to surprise. I mean, I don't think so, but it really wouldn't surprise me. Littell kicks and deals. That is outside for ball one. No score. Yes. 1-0 count. Littell kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 41. I know, Jacob. I'm aware of his age. Don't worry. We're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball two. 2-1 to Lockridge. Lockridge is 0 for 1 on the day. One out here in the top of the fifth. Brewers leading 1-0. Looking for win number 14 in a row. Littell delivers. That is outside ball three. Reds play the Mets in September. Ooh, that'll be a big series, Chris. That'll be a big series. And I can't wait for the season either, man. Football is on the mind all the time. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be hit foul. As it's a 3-2 count. Again, the Brewers leading 1-0. The Reds got some hits last inning, but just couldn't string enough together. As again, the Brewers leading 1-0. 3-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul as Lockridge is just fighting it off. Three and 2 count. Littell sets, kicks, and fires. Chopper to third. Hayes has it, throws to first, gets him by a half a step for out number 2. Hayes, again, so smooth with it. Got to see him play a lot as a Pirate. Just couldn't figure out the offensive part of the game, but as far as defensively, you will not see a better one out there. I mean, Hayes is so good. That'll bring up Sal Frelick. He's 0 for 2, batting .297, OPS of .773, 9 homers and 47 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That is low for ball one. Not expected, but wondering if the Brewers win 24, will the George Webbs give another round of free burgers? Interesting. That's going to be hit foul. I was told about that. Giving away free burgers. That's interesting. It must be pretty good if that's what guys talk about. I've never heard of it until the last series. I believe it was Pirates Brewers. Yeah. 1-1 count. Littell rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball, and that is a foul ball. Brandon, did the Pirates play today? Yes, they lost 3-1 to the Cubs. They lost. So the series is split. I'll be doing that one, of course, tomorrow. Pirates, Cubs. For the series, pretty much, as here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right. Marte making the catch. Once again, a nice play by Marte, which makes earlier a little bit more confusing as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Brewers still lead 1-0. Again, if you're just tuning in, what am I talking about? Well, again, Marte had been, as soon as pretty much the ball was hit, Marte was coming in, and then he realized, he made the wrong read, and that led to the Brewers' only run of the game, 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fifth. Free at 12 straight. Hello from Siena, Italy. Hello there, Nicola. May I pronounce that as like a Russian thing, Nicola? I don't know if that's. How's it going, Bartoletti? Thank you, of course, for stopping by. We got Brewers and Reds. Brewers again leading 1-0. Once again, folks, thank you very much. Feel free to hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, I'll be doing a lot of baseball. And, of course, football's just right around the corner. And how that's going to work again, I'll be doing every Steelers game. I know that I may discuss Jacob. But, hey, I'll be doing 2 of the Steelers-Bengals game. But, yeah, no, again, after the Steelers game, I'll be doing a game that was voted on by the subscribers of the channel. So every single week there'll be a poll for the NFL, and for week 1, I can click on it and kind of show you guys what the games will be on that poll. as it's going to be the Broncos and Titans, 49ers, Seahawks, Lions and Packers, Texans and Rams. I don't know what game I'm calling. You guys will be deciding for me. So definitely subscribe. And again, this will be happening every single week. Weeks 1 through 18, you guys will be making a pick, and that I'll pretty much be calling it. Due up for the Reds is going to be Milwaukee Brewers as we are ready to get back to baseball here in the bottom of the fifth. He's batting .287, OPS of .820, 8 home runs and 36 RBIs on the season as they're adjusting positioning as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Again, thank you, Sports Roustabout. I really do thank you very much. Here's the 0-1. That is in the dirt for ball one. Also, everyone, check out Sports Roustabout. So he doesn't post videos, but what he does is he will post all the live streams that are happening for play-by-play. So if you need play-by-play, here's the 1-1. That's in there for a called strike 1 and 2. He will be posting that. He posts pretty much everyone he follows, all the play-by-plays. It is, if you want play-by-play, if you want sports, check him out. He's got you covered. 1 and 2 count here to Milwaukee Brewers. Again, the Brewers leading 1-0 over the Reds. As Priester kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 2. Ravens 5, Cowboys 0. It's a baseball score. Yeah, no. That is. Orioles over the Rangers 5-0. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a chopper, and that is a foul ball. Two and 2 count to Milwaukee Brewers. He's had some nice plays in right, trying to cancel out that one bad one. As here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Of course, again, that one bad one did lead to the Brewers' lone run. Other than that, though, it's been really a pitching duel between Littell and Priester. Really solid. As Priester is just standing there. All right, there we go. Kicks and deals on the 2-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that is just foul. Marte 0 for 1 on the day, looking for his first hit. Priester on the 2-2. Ground ball, diving, attempt by Ortiz, throws to first, gets him. What a play. Ortiz, that's his second amazing play of the day. Oh, man. Ortiz again showing his range. Not afraid to get dirty. That'll bring up Matt McLain. He's batting .224, OPS of .641, 11 homers, 39 RBIs. Astros scored 1-0. Okay. Priester delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. McLain half-heartedly went there. Priester getting a lot of ground balls and strikeouts. Yes, he has been very, very good today. 0-1. Here is the pitch. Check this swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 2. McLain is going to ask for time. Cowboys just got to pick 5-7. That is an interesting. Yeah, look, I just saw it right beneath me. Wow. What a football score. Football is back, or is it really? I don't know. 0-2 count. Priester kicks and deals in the dirt as it's 1-2. Again, McLain is 0 for 1, struck out in the third. Brewers leading 1-0 over the Reds. Nobody on here, 1 out. 1-2 count. Priester delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. This team is amazing. They grew it in the farm system, and this is how you develop a team. Got to take notes. Pirates definitely need to adopt this, what the Brewers have done, as here is the 1-2. That's in the dirt, ball 2. As it's, again, a 2-2 count for Matt McLain. Priester kicks and deals. That is going to be low for ball 3. McLain Looked pretty confused the first two pitches, but has worked it back to a 3-2 count. Priester's asking for a new baseball. Did the Pirates game get delayed? No, it finished. It started on time. 3-2. Priester kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The slider gets him in the end. That will bring up Jose Trevino. He's batting .257, OPS of .698, 4 homers and 17 RBIs on the season. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Who's playing third base? I believe it's Caleb Durbin playing for the Brewers. Here's the 0-1. That is way outside for ball one. No money teams got to do it this way and win quick or paydays come. Yeah, here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Yeah, now I know it's tough to win as a small market team. So again, what the Brewers have done with the low payroll is very impressive. 1-2. Priester kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the curveball. Priester has been amazing today as we head to the top of the sixth. The Brewers leading 1-0 over the Reds. But again, can't take anything away from Littell as well. Did not mean to rhyme it, but that is really cool. Again, for him, not as many strikeouts, but he's just getting the outs. 2 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed and a walk. Again, it's been a really nice pitcher's duel today. Hit that like button, 118. Wow. Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for clicking on this live stream. Again, I'm not exactly most popular YouTuber, but hey, one day we might get there. We'll see. But again, been doing this since opening day. I don't mind scrolling and showing you guys what I have been doing. Again, this is since opening day. Again, it's a lot of black and yellow. Yeah, there's my thumbnails I was taking off the internet because I didn't know what I was doing. And then we finally settled in on one. We like it, yeah. All custom made. I shout out the wife. My wife she's awesome. But anywho, but yeah, definitely subscribe if you're a sports fan. And again, plenty of baseball, plenty of football. I'll be doing the playoffs. So hopefully I will see you guys there. How many strikeouts? Yeah, Littell has the 2. Priester has 5 strikeouts for Quinn Priester. And of course, NFL is just right around the corner. Again, you guys will be voting on games that I'll be calling. Every Steelers game I'll be doing, of course, but the other one will be voted on by you guys. And I will be doing college football as well, but I know everybody likes their own specific school, so I don't know. We'll try to make it entertaining or figure it out for you guys there. But I'll be calling college football as well. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Brewers will have Ortiz, Contreras, and Yelich due up as we are returning to action in Cincinnati, where the Brewers lead 1-0. This is Joey Ortiz. Again, he's had a great day on defense, batting .232, OPS of .617, 7 homers and 42 RBIs. Littell delivers. That is outside, but it's called a strike. 0-1. That one was well outside. 0-1 count. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be low for ball one. Ortiz is 0 for 2 on the day. As Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up. Dela Cruz is under it and will make the catch for out number 1. That will bring up William Contreras. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's batting .260, OPS of .753, 12 homers and 59 RBIs as Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside for ball 1. Littell, by the way, he's at 72 pitches, so definitely can go another inning if he is pretty successful here. Littell sets, and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to drop in for a base hit, a one-out single for Contreras. And that will bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich is batting .271, OPS of .822 on the year, 25 home runs, and 86 RBIs. Brewers looking to extend their lead here in the top of the sixth. Littell sets, kicks, and deals way upstairs for ball one. Yelich looking for his first hit of the day. Again, he's 0 for 2. Littell looks over at first, sets, kicks, and fires. That is outside for ball two. And that poll that's a very lopsided poll. 70 votes in, 91% of you guys think the Brewers will make it 14 in a row, 9% believe the Reds will snap it here today. Right now, Brewers up 1-0. 2-0 count. Littell delivers. Ground ball, and that is a foul ball. Showing the home run leaders. Yelich at 25, Trio 17, Vaughn 14, Contreras 12, Hoskins 12, Turang 12. I'm watching the Brewers broadcast. That is why there's no Reds there. 2-1 count. Littell sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be fouled back as it's 2-2. $49 likes. Wow. Again, thank you guys so much. 2-2. Littell. Doesn't like that one. Doesn't like that one. Doesn't like that one. Likes that one. Looks over at first. Sets. Looks over again. Kicks and fires. That is inside for ball three. So a 3-2. Give delay a like. Like it up, everyone. Again, if you can, like and subscribe to the channel. 3-2. Littell sets. Looks over at first. And a pickoff attempt. And Contreras is back safe and sound. Any word on why the Brewers took... I do not know. They did not say anything in the broadcast, or nothing that I heard. I only have one ear in. I don't know why. I just don't like it when both my ears are covered. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt. He struck him out. And that will bring up the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Batting .244, OPS of .723, 14 homers and 54 RBIs. No Hall of Famers on either of these two teams. No, I can't think of anyone, as here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. 0-1 count to Andrew Vaughn. Man at first, 2 outs. Littell sets and fires. That is outside. Throw to second. Contreras is safe. Again, that pitch was outside, so it's a 1-1 count. Runner on second. 2 outs, 1-1. Is the count to Vaughn. Littell delivers. Chopper to third. Hayes has it. Throws to first for out number 3. All right, the Brewers tried, but they couldn't push anyone across. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Brewers leading 1-0 over the Reds. The Santa Tracker stream for the Littles this year. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Andrew hit a homer. Unfortunately, could not happen. Did you watch the Texans game? 20-3. No, I did not. Cardinals over. You're probably thinking about the Yankees there, Michael. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely, leave a like if you can. definitely subscribe to the channel if you'd like as well. Again, I do play-by-play. It's mostly for the Pirates. Yeah, you can laugh it up, but you know what? I love my team, and I won't give up on them, even if their owner hates their fans, and that is just as sad as can be. But, yeah, again, as evidenced by today's game, I do bounce around Major League Baseball every now and then. Of course, again, it is mostly Pirates. I'm not going to mislead you. Like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to do Brewers games and Reds games. Well, I mean, in the postseason, I probably will. Brewers, for sure. And, of course, again, towards the end of the year, whenever I do bounce around Major League Baseball, I will prioritize teams that are in the playoff picture. So, again, if the Pirates are off that day, or, if I'm working during a Pirates game and I come back late, what's on? I'll be doing a team that's probably in the playoff pictures. That is pretty much that's the only way I can really say, like, yeah. I mean, it's possible, very likely, but I don't want to promise anything. But, again, playoff comes, I will for sure be doing the Brewers. You guys will be in. Reds, I know you guys are battling with the Mets, so that'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Everyone comes down to earth eventually, just to think it'd be against Littell. Well, yeah, it's just a rough game, but yeah, again, there's plenty of baseball left. Google? Probably Google. Priester's pitch count. That's a good question. Priester is at 67 pitches. He's been very efficient. Leading off for the Reds, it's going to be Cabrian Hayes. Do you get the Astros for postseason? They should be on the local channel, yes. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike, but I am going to be prioritizing the NL, though, Brandon. But, I mean, if it just works out to where, like, if I can't do an NL, but I can only do an AL, then I will. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. So very quickly, 0-2. Oh, and 2 count. Here is the pitch. That is in the dirt. Ball 1. A couple of Pirates here. I just noticed Quinn Priester, the former Pirate, versus the former Pirate, Cabrian Hayes. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to left. It has the distance. It is out of here. It is gone. Oh, man. Cabrian Hayes, the former Pirate, hitting one off the other former Pirate. It is 1-1. Again, Priester has been very good today, but just like that, it's a tie game. Dodgers, Giants, and they're both NL. I don't know how the Brewers keep winning games. I was telling my Reds fans, if the Reds win one of these games, it's the Voodoo. Yeah, the Voodoo. Again, hey, like I said, it's this one. Oh, this one's going to be hit to right center, and that one will find a glove for out number 1. Again, they weren't really showing the broadcast. All of a sudden, you see a ball flying to right center. But again, baseball, you just never know. You just never know what could happen any given at bat. I mean, Cabrian Hayes, he's not a hitter, and all of a sudden, he's the reason it's a tie game. Spencer Steer coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 as Priester delivers. That is in there for a called strike. It's batting .237 on the year, OPS of .690. 14 homers and 58 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Really good game so far. Yes, Prince, I agree. Solid game. Really good pitching battle here. Gabe saying, go Brewers. Again, I do apologize. I'm not used to this many people chatting. 0-2 count. Priester kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Oh, and 2 count. Priester sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left. At the warning track. At the wall. It's gone. Oh, my goodness. The Reds have taken the lead. Spencer Steer, with his 15th of the season, makes it a 2-1 Reds lead. Oh my goodness. What has just happened? Quinn has looked so good. And then all of a sudden, Brian Hayes got in his head. Friedel sent one on a ride there, and now Steer replicating what Brian just did a few moments ago. What a hit indeed. Man, stop it. I can't control it. I'm sorry. I just call the game. And looks like the pitching coach is going to have a word with Priester. He's not getting pulled. De La Cruz will be at the plate, by the way, whenever this mound visit has concluded. What a hit. 4 more subs, 500. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys have been awesome. I really do appreciate you guys just tuning in. Again, this is what I've been doing. Calling games since opening. Again, it's mostly Pirates. But again, if you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. Leave a like and subscribe. All right, Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. Priester staring a hole through the catcher. Kicks and deals. That's low for ball 1. Just want to know NFL update for your team, the Steelers. Okay, well, I can check it out. I don't know. I'll check it after this inning. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt. Ball 2. Priester looks rattled. Again, he's been very solid. But then Brian Hayes hit a home run. And it's been tough. 1 out, walk Deli, and get double play. It's not a bad idea, Jacob. That might be what they're trying to do. Trying to keep him off. Here's the 2-0. That is down low, ball 3. Again, that might be what they're doing, pitching around Ellie. 3-0 count. Michael, Brewers won't lose. Yeah, he said it earlier. Here's the 3-0. That is inside, ball 4. They have walked Ellie, but you have to wonder if that's part of the plan. You have to wonder if that's what they just discussed, and it probably is. As Miguel Andujar, another former Pirate, will be coming to the plate. He's batting .311, OPS of .823, 9 homers and 36 RBIs on the season. Priester looking over at first. Sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be hit foul. Did I get 500? Really? Wow. That is pretty cool, guys. I think the Reds got this. The Reds right now with the lead. Christopher, you may be right. Here is the 0-1. Well, I thought he was about to. My bad, guys. He's still set. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Who's in the bullpen? There's nobody in the bullpen. They have not shown anything happening for the Brewers. Again, the Reds now have taken the lead 2-1 over the Brewers. As the count is 1-1 to Andujar, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. That's going to get past Ortiz. De La Cruz heading for third. Lockridge is just going to have to toss it into second. So the double play is still a possibility, but now there's runners on the corners with just 1 out. Oh, man. Gavin Lux coming to the plate. He's batting .280, OPS of .739, 4 homers and 45 RBIs on the season. Even though you're a Reds fan, never count out the Brewers. That is very true, and looks like that's going to do it for Priester. He has had such a great game, but the 6th inning just did him in. So a pitching change underway, as that'll do it for Priester. He will finish with 5 1/3, 6 hits, walk, and 5 strikeouts. As of now, it's 2 earned, but of course, again, he's responsible for the runners on first and third. Andujar is batting .400 since coming to the Reds. He has been very good. Very good. Taraya says, please leave him in. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, definitely leave a like. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Plenty of play-by-play. Of course, again, I'm a Pirates fan. I'm going to be doing mostly Pirates. But, again, I do bounce around. And, of course, the postseason is just, a month and a half away. And I'll be doing, of course, plenty of these. I mean, I know the Brewers will definitely go in. The Reds, of course, they're battling the Mets for that final spot. But maybe they both get in. You never know. Maybe someone else will just fall apart. You just never know. As that's your NL wildcard standings. The Reds, actually, that's not updated. Let me go ahead and refresh that because they are now a full game back as the Mets did win today over the Mariners. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys again for even clicking on this live stream. It really does help me out a lot. And again, if you're not just a baseball fan, I'll be doing football as well. And again, you guys will be voting on NFL games every single week, starting with week 1. I know I'm doing the Steelers. You can probably figure that out. But, of course, you guys will be voting on the other game I do every single week. So, at least 2 games every Sunday, and you pick one of them. This is the new pitcher for the Brewers as he's going to try to keep this a 2-1 game. Aaron Ashby, 2.06 ERA, whip of a 1.14. As he will face Lux. Kearns, Dunn, Griffey, Larkin, Boone, best Reds hitting team. As Ashby sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Now you got the best bullpen in the game. Can the Brewers prove Michael right here and win on his birthday? 0-1 count. Again, happy birthday, Michael. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Once again, to remind you, Reds leading 2-1 over the Brewers. Runners on the corners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Priester's just been pulled. Ashby's in the game, 1-1. Looks over at first. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. One and 2, and okay, my bad. This is not Gavin Lux. I do apologize. I just noticed. This is Austin Hayes. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. So they had a pinch hitter. I've just been narrating this at bat, not knowing who the guy is. Look at me. I am not a professional, people. I try, though. Hayes is batting .257, OPS of .759, 10 homers and 46 RBIs. As the Reds are starting their bullpen, Graham Ashcraft is in the bullpen. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, Contreras doing a spinning around there. He's trying to fool him into thinking he didn't know where the ball was. That's pretty clever. 2-2 counts. Ashby sets, looks back at first, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 91 on the changeup. And that will bring up Noel V. Marte. Marte is batting .286, OPS of .815, 8 home runs and 36 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Ashby delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, curveball just below the knees. Noel V. Marte, OPS of .604 against lefties. Against righties, .887. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Bit surprised to see Hayes in. He's been struggling for over a month. Lux doesn't have the power, but gets a lot of hits. Yeah, very interesting. But again, they were just probably doing the matchup. Here's the 1-1. That's a chopper, and that is going foul. Here, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you guys so much again for all your help. I'm sure when I go to bed tonight, I'll be back at like 494 or something like that. Oh, it is what it is. Again, thank you guys so much. It's been fun. To many more. 1-2 counts. And Marte is going to ask for time. Again, it's a big Big at bat here. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Ellie is at third. Ashby sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ashby does what he needs to do, but the Reds take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1. Reds over the Brewers. It's been a good game, guys. I don't know about you guys, but this is a good game. A lot of stuff on the line here. Was there yesterday on the first baseline. Pretty pathetic loss. Not happy. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. That is unfortunate. But hey, you know what? The Reds are up right now, looking to snap the 13-game winning streak to keep it at 13. That would be, again, they're just 1 win away from a franchise record, 14 games. Let's see here. The Astros lead the Orioles 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The Braves lead the Indians 3-1 in the top of the 4th. The Royals over the White Sox 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Tigers leading the Twins 2-0 as they head to the top of the 4th. The Cardinals lead the Yankees 5-3 in the top of the 3rd. And Arizona, Colorado are just now getting underway 0-0. Final scores: the Cubs defeat the Pirates 3-1. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. Mets over the Mariners 3-1. And the Red Sox have defeated the Marlins 7-5. So again, definitely like and subscribe if you like play-by-play. If you are a baseball fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. Plenty of it on the channel. Plenty of Pirates, of course. But again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. Today I did a doubleheader. Of course, I'm featuring teams that are definitely in the playoffs. Of course, I've had a lot of, in the Pirates game, I had a lot of success with both of these two fan bases. The Pirates, or the Reds and Brewers fan bases, have a lot of nice compliments. So I appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys a lot. So I'm glad I could have this game on for you guys. As here is Caleb Durbin. Here is the pitch. That is inside, ball 1. As we're here again in the top of the 7th, Reds leading 2-1. Durbin batting .255, OPS of .703, 6 homers and 40 RBIs. As Littell sets, kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. 2-0. Littell sets, kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Merv wants Murphy's Barrowmen to rally here. Again, thank you, Michael. I know you were here for the Cubs Pirates. So thank you very much. Again, here is the 2-1. That is upstairs for ball 3. Brewers finding themselves down for the first time this game. But, of course, it's not the first time this series. Again, we all know what happened yesterday. Not to bring that up for the Reds fans here. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to get down for a base hit. Rounding first, heading for second is Durbin. Throw is going to be at third, so Durbin will chill at second with the leadoff double as he does the You Can't See Me. That will bring up Bryce Terang. He's batting .278, OPS of .755, 12 homers and 58 RBIs on the season. Trisk, how's it going? Steelers have already thrown... Oh, really? But Mason on the first... Oh, so Rogers isn't playing. I thought... Oh, well, geez. All right, looks like we're having a pitching change. That's going to do it for Littell. Littell with a very good performance. Again, 6 innings pitched for him. He is responsible, of course, for the runner at second. 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So, again, very good by the pitchers. Of course, it seems just like late in the game, it happens. Fatigue happens. All right, so a pitching change. Okay, there we go. I was wondering if we would get the name there so I can click on it. This is going to be your new pitcher for the top of the 7th, Graham Ashcraft. 6-4 record, 3.93 ERA, whip of a 1.44. Last 7 games, he's pitched a lot better. 3.52 ERA with a whip of a 1.04. Once again, folks, thank you very much. Thank you very much for stopping on by. This dude needs to do radio. I definitely have the face for it. No, there's no JK. There's no JK. I appreciate you, though. I really do. I try to do it. I try. Again, thank you guys so much. Again, super thank you if you're able to like and subscribe. But again, just clicking on this live stream really does help me out a lot. Gets a little bit more exposure to the channel. Hopefully YouTube's like, okay, you know what, let's bump this guy up. And again, you can do that if you can help me out there by pressing the like button and, of course, possibly subscribing to the channel. Again, I'll be doing a lot of play-by-play. Been doing it since opening day, so it's not a one-time thing, I promise. Been here since the Pirates' first disastrous loss to the Marlins in Game 1. So, been here since that. As Turang is coming to the plate, batting .278, OPS of .755, 12 homers, and 58 RBIs. Is that dude related to Braxton? I don't think so. I thought he was, but I didn't see it in the relationship section that MLB has. As here is the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Turang is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Found you randomly on my feed today and really impressed. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you. 0-1 count. Ashcraft. And it looks like he's going to step off and look back Durbin to the bag. Again, an 0-1 count to Turang. The Brewers with a chance to tie it back up as Ashcraft sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, a slider. Way inside. Pittsburgh, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, no, you've been here for a while. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Turang is appealing that he had a foul tip because it wasn't a clean catch. And let's see here, the umpire. Okay, no, they're going to say it's an 0-0. He did get a piece of it. Okay, that's what the batter, he was claiming he got a piece of it. And the Reds fans are letting him have it. Oh, my goodness, he is getting booed. The umpire getting booed. I guess that's not really a surprise. The umpires do that. Hoorang, Turang. Yeah, Trisk, I know. It's been a good day. Here's the 0-2 from Ashcraft. Swing and a miss. There we go. There's the strikeout that everyone thought he had. Reds fans are cheering loud. You got to hand it to the Reds home crowd. They are loud right now. This is Tyler Black. Let's go Bucks. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Maybe next year, Pittsburgh. Maybe next year we'll be competitive. As Ashcraft sets and delivers. And that's low for ball 1. Tyler Black is batting .286, OPS of .873. Of course, he only has 7 at-bats on the year. Ashcraft sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Yeah, his name is a little close to something. So I got to be pretty careful. 0-2 count. Ashcraft sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be low for ball 1. Just going to say I never heard. Yeah, no, only 7 at-bats this year. Only 56 in his career. He's been with the Brewers, though. 1-2, Ashcraft looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's inside. Oh, pardon me, it's 3-1. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just blindly following that. I got to keep it in my head. 3-1 count to Black. Durbin with a nice lead at second. Ashcraft sets, kicks and deals. That's inside ball 4. And the Brewers will have runners on first and second with one out, and that will bring up Brandon Lockridge. He's batting .233, OPS of .554, no homers and 10 RBIs on the season for Lockridge. I don't know, Merv. I'd have to see that. Oh, thank you, Chris. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take the double sub. Ashcraft sets and fires. That's outside for ball one. Ashcraft having a little bit of trouble here. And thank you, Magic Man. Yes, appreciate you. I really do. 1-0 count. Ashcraft looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 97-mile-per-hour cutter right down the middle. Brewers tonight with runners in scoring position are 0 for 4. Season, they are batting .291. Ashcraft sets again. Kicks and, pickoff, no. Just kind of looking him back to the bag as there's a lot of boos there, so I don't know if Reds fans know that usually they boo the opposing pitcher, not their own. 1-1 count. Ashcraft sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Of course, there might be a lot of Brewers fans there, but I'm seeing a lot of red. Quite a bit of a turnout for the Reds fans. Ashcraft is sometimes really, really good. Other times he can be shaky, hence the almost 4 ERA. Yeah, that's he sounds like a Pirate. Sounds like the typical Pirate pitcher. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That will flip the lineup over, and that will bring up Sal Frelick. He's batting .296, OPS of .772, 9 homers, and 47 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. Oh, the ball gets away from the catcher. And the Brewers will take advantage of now both runners are in scoring position. Breaking ball that was well inside. Trevino tried to olay it and actually hits the ball to the left. So a base hit in the outfield will easily give the Brewers a tie game and possibly the lead. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Tosses to first for out number 3. Ashcraft is screaming as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Reds lead 2-1 over the Brewers. Once again, thank you, Coffee Beans. I know, right? What a day. What a good performance again by both teams. It's been fun. It's been a great game. Hopefully you guys agree again. This is what I've been doing since I don't want to be a pirate, but said Jerry Seinfeld. I guess I didn't. I just said Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know. I'd have to listen to the line. I like Seinfeld. I just haven't. My bad. Anyway, yeah, folks, if you like what you see, definitely press that like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, play-by-play, it's what I've been doing since opening day. And no plans of stopping anytime soon. So definitely subscribe. I'll be doing playoff baseball. Of course, the Brewers will definitely be there. The Reds are fighting and trying to keep themselves in it. Of course, the Mets won today, so they'll have to wait another day to possibly overtake the Mets for that last spot. But, of course, there's plenty of baseball left, still a month and a half left. So, again, appreciate you guys for stopping by. Again, just clicking on the live stream really helps out this little channel a lot. It really does. But a super thank you if you're able to press that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Again, NFL's just right around the corner. I'll be doing football as well. It'll be every Steelers game, of course, but again, every single week, you guys will be voting on the other game I do for Sundays. So if that sounds good to you, definitely subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know why my voice did that. Due up for the Reds will be McLean, Trevino, and Hayes. Again, bottom of the 7th. I'll move my face here so you can see how many hits for each team. The Brewers only with 4 hits on the day. The Reds with 6. They also have an error as well. as we are returning to Cincinnati, where again the Reds lead 2-1. This is Matt McLain stepping up to the plate, batting .223, OPS of .639, 11 homers and 39 RBIs. We do have a new pitcher, as this will be Shelby Miller. 3-3 record, 2.54 ERA. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 1.03 whip. Ever since coming over to the Brewers, 10.13 ERA. So he has definitely struggled as a Brewer. Here's the pitch. That's going to be just outside, as it's 1-1 to Matt McLain. What's up, District? How's it going, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. Everyone check out District Nation. Hasn't streamed in a while. Hopefully everything's okay, but he does a great job, everyone. Again, check out District Nation. He does all the Washington-based teams, Washington, D.C. So definitely check him out, as here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. As there's no scoreboard on the screen, so definitely I guess I've been spoiled with the scoreboard. There we go. You complain, they give you the scoreboard. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Chopper, and that is going foul. Yeah, the more you guys talk about the 500 thing, the people will unsub, and I'll go back down to below 500. That's just the way it goes. Go ahead, talk it up. 2-2 counts. Miller sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside for ball 3. Again, the Reds up 2-1. The Brewers had a chance last inning. Could not come through. 3-2. Miller sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that will bring up Jose Trevino. Trevino, pardon me, is batting .256, OPS of .695, 4 homers and 17 RBIs. Miller sets and fires. That is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Have to take a break for a while at school. Okay, I gotcha. I'm just saying, you have a lot of potential there, so... But I understand, I understand with work and school and stuff like that. 1-0 counts. Miller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. Andy Pajes, this guy. Count is 1-1. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Reds leading 2-1. Miller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. So it's 1-2. One and 2 counts. Miller kicks and deals. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Ortiz has it. Tosses to first for out number 2. And that will bring up Brian Hayes. He started off the scoring for the Reds today with a home run in the 6th inning. He's batting .234, OPS of .578, 4 home runs and 40 RBIs on the year. As Miller sets, kicks, and deals, that is in there for a called strike. Hayes as a Red. Oh, that is not what I want to look at. Already matched his home run total as a Pirate this year. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That one was way in the dirt. Oh, and 2 count. Miller kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. Again, a solo shot in the 6th inning. Miller rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's in the dirt. The ball gets away, but there is nobody on base to take advantage. Two and two. Miller sets on the 2-2. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, so Miller is able to keep it 1-2 as we enter the top of the 8th. The Reds, of course, still leading 2-1. Trisk, I didn't know you played with a minor league team like that. Okay, that's cool. I knew you did the Reading Raptors. Interesting. Okay. All right, folks, again, make sure to like and subscribe. For more play-by-play with Dr. Lay, you should press that button right now. Kind of looks like that or looks like that. I honestly don't remember. I swear I need to just have it taped up here. I ask that all the time. Like, I forgot which way. But, yeah, definitely do it. Again, we'll be doing postseason baseball. And, of course, the Brewers, most likely, for sure, will definitely be there. The Reds, of course, will be battling to try to get in. But again, I of course do mostly Pirates. So again, I do appreciate you guys for stopping on by. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. We're just going to move on to the scores. Astros leading the Orioles 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Braves leading the Indians 5-1 at the top of the 5th. Tigers leading the Twins 2-0 in the top of the 5th. Royals leading the White Sox 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Yankees over the Cardinals 6-5 in the top of the 4th. The Diamondbacks leading the Rockies 1-0 in the top of the 2nd. As far as games that have already completed, the Cubs over the Pirates 3-1. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. And the Mets over the Mariners 3-1. And for some reason I didn't see the Red Sox. They defeated the Marlins 7-5. Right hand thumbs up. Yeah, I know. I'm terrible, Pittsburgh. Thank you. Can always count on you. So, again, definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Looks like we will have a new pitcher. This will be Tony Santillan. He is 1-4, 2.95 ERA, whip of a 1.09. He'll be tasked with keeping this a 2-1 game. And a new a pinch hitter. This is interesting. Ortiz has had a pretty good game defensively. Batting .209, OPS of .495, no homers and 3 RBIs on the season. As Santillan kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. Here to Anthony Sigler. Santillan kicks and deals. That is going to be upstairs for ball 2. Piranha, Maryland Marauders, Reading Renegades, Reading Raptors, Orange County Mud Dogs, Prairie View. Yeah. I remember some of those. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Trisk. 2-0. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 3. Siegler doing a good job of laying off. Chris pulling for the Brewers. Needs a big inning. 3-0 count. It's a good start for the Brew Crew. Again, they're trying to get 14 in a row here. Santillan kicks and deals. That's upstairs. Oh, it should have been ball 4. I was ready to take my hand and put it on the mouse. Not happening. East Texas Wildcats. Yeah, that was a disaster. 3-1 count. Santillan kicks and deals. That's outside for ball 4. Siegler waiting for the call this time. Very wise decision. As that will bring up William Contreras. batting .262, OPS of .755, 12 homers and 59 RBIs. He is 1 for 3. Make him pitch to you. Yep, that's pretty much what Ziegler was doing. He was being patient as Santillan sets, looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Ziegler takes his lead. Santillan sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 1-1 count here to Contreras. Reds leading, of course, 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th, but there's a man on. Santillan delivers. That is outside for ball 2. 2-1. Santillan looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. That is low for ball 3. Santillan having a little trouble here of pitching in the zone, or he's just, again, trying to get people to chase, but no one is biting. No one is fishing. 3-1. Santillan sets. Kicks and deals. That is high and inside ball 4. And the Reds fans are booing very loudly in my left ears. That'll bring up Christian Yelich. And it looks like the pitching coach is going to have a little chat with Santillan. Just waiting for Santillan's arm to fall off. The guy pitches way too often. Francona using it. Yeah, no, I can. He definitely looks off tonight. And I'll show you again the statistics for him this year. I can't remember if I actually did that or not. It's been a blur for the last minute or so. Already appearing in, 61 games. The most innings he has pitched by far, or at least for the past 3 years. In fact, he's pitched more innings this year than he has for the past 3 years combined in the major leagues. Of course, he's probably been sent down and stuff like that. But that is interesting, as this is Christian Yelich batting .270. LPS of .820. 25 homers, 86 RBIs. Santillan looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Slider inside. He took a big rip at it. Versus Santillan in his career, he's 1 for 2. Santillan sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and fires. Way upstairs for ball 1. Jacob, here we go. Yelly, barrel one up, just a little hits. Yeah, no, I just saw it, Jay. He's been used a lot this year. 1-1 counts. Santillan sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. 97 on the inside corner. Yelich with runners in scoring position this year is batting .304. 5 home runs. It's been pretty clutch up there. 1-2 count. Santillan looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out at a ball way inside and in the dirt. He was just eager to swing. That is a huge out. And that will bring up Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn is batting .243, OPS of .721, 14 homers and 54 RBIs. Again, runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Santillan sets, looks back, kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. 98 on the outside corner. 0-1 is the count. Santillan sets. Looks back. Kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to center Friedel is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. And looks like we will have runners on the corners. And they are throwing to second. They're saying that Siegler didn't tag up or left early. This will be interesting. As of now, it's just 2 outs, but they may be looking at this. Okay, so Cincinnati is challenging that the runner left early. This is going to be interesting, folks, because that would be a crucial out. As of now, again, it's runners on the corners. They're saying, though, that Siegler left early. I have yet to see a replay, folks, so I can't even tell you a thing. This would be pretty huge. Again, I appreciate you guys for clicking on the live stream. Again, if you're a baseball fan, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play. Of course, again, it is a Pirates, mostly Pirates play-by-play on this channel. But again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and of course, I'll be doing some postseason. As they are showing me the finally, I can see. That looks good. Yeah, if that's synced up, that's pretty good. Okay, he's going to be safe. Based on what I just saw, okay. After a review, the call on the field stands. He is safe. Okay, so again, runners on the corners with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Caleb Durbin. Durbin is batting .257, OPS of .710, 6 homers and 40 RBIs on the season. Terraria says, let's go. Durbin's 2 for 3 on the day. He's had a pretty good night. A single and a double, and has scored the only run for the Brewers with a chance to knock in another. Santillan looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. Showing bunt. Oh, it's down. Hayes throws to first. Gets him by a step. For out number 3, a gutsy decision, but it doesn't pay off. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, the Reds still lead 2-1 over the Brewers. You got to respect it. Caught everyone off guard except for Brian Hayes. Again, he is his best. He is probably the best defensive third baseman in all of baseball. And honestly, I should leave out the probably. So, again, a good effort there by the Brewers, but nothing doing. Again, 2-1 Reds lead as we're entering the bottom of the 8th. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Definitely thankful for that. Once again, feel free to leave a like and definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, it is mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball, obviously. We can see right now that the Pirates aren't on the screen right now. I actually did them earlier. This is a doubleheader today. And, yeah, again, I do plan on doing some of the postseason, specifically more on the NL side, as I've done for some reason mostly NL teams this year. So I might as well keep that going, of course, for the World Series. Obviously, I have to put an AL team on there. But anyway, yeah, I'll be doing some playoffs, so hopefully you guys will subscribe for that. Of course, football is just right around the corner. I'll be doing every Steelers game. But I will be having polls every single week for the NFL. You guys will be voting on a game I will be doing other than the Steelers game, of course. So after every Steelers game, I'll be doing a game that was voted on by the subscribers of the channel. So if that sounds good to you, definitely subscribe. Due up for the Reds will be Friedel, Steer, and Dela Cruz. It looks like we will have a new pitcher. A squeeze play. Yeah, I mean, they were trying. That was definitely I kind of respect it, honestly. I don't really like the small ball type of stuff, but I don't know. If you didn't feel comfortable, it was interesting. Made it exciting. This is Jared Koenig. He's going to be the new pitcher for the Brewers. 3.31 ERA, whip of a 1.27. As Friedel will step up to the plate, he is 1 for 3. He's batting .271, OPS of .763, 10 homers and 39 RBIs. As here is the pitch, that's going to be hit right, and that is going foul. 0-1 count. Padres over Dodgers. Are the Padres winning? I don't know. I have to check that. 0-1. Here is the pitch showing bunt, pulls back. That is outside for ball one. 1-1 counts to Friedel. Friedel again 1 for 3 on the day. As Koenig sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up. Contreras, Siegler. Siegler is going to come in and make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Spencer Steer. Steer is batting .238, OPS of .701, 15 homers and 59 RBIs on the season. You just want the Dodgers out. As Koenig sets, kicks, and deals. That is low for ball 1. Looks like the Reds are warming up Emilio Pagan for the top of the 9th. Koenig rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is inside for ball 2. Steer again 1 for 3, had a solo home run in the 6th inning. And that may be the game-winning run. 2-0. He delivers. That is inside for ball 3. Cutter struggling to locate the strike zone. 3-0. Koenig delivers. That is inside for ball 4. And that'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz. De La Cruz is batting .277, OPS of .812, 19 homers and 76 RBIs. They're showing the replay as, again, Brian Hayes with a nice play to get him out of the inning. Koenig sets, looks over at first, kicks, and fires. That is outside for ball 1. De La Cruz is 1 for 2 with a walk. Koenig sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball to short. There's 1 and 2. A double play. All right. We head to the top of the 9th where the Reds lead 2-1. Can the Brewers push it to the bottom of the 9th, or will this be it? Will this streak end at 13? Which, again, very impressive. Very impressive. Again, here's your look at the wild card standings. The Reds, of course, a game back from the Mets. So, again, there's a lot to play for the Reds, and, of course, just in general, since there's plenty of time left. And, of course, the Brewers, again, winners of 13 in a row. Will that number go up, or will it reset? A lot of questions. We'll find out, I guess, in about 10 minutes or so. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. I do appreciate you guys. Again, you know, if you are a fan of play-by-play, if you're a sports fan in general, definitely leave a like and press that subscribe button. Again, this is what I do. I do play-by-play for the Pirates, but you know, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and of course I'll be doing the playoffs, as you know, the Pirates definitely won't be there, so might as well cover everybody in the NL. For one final time, let's go over scores. The Astros leading the Orioles 3-2, Braves leading the Indians 8-1, Royals leading the White Sox 3-0, Twins leading the Tigers 3-2, Yankees leading the Cardinals 6-5, Diamondbacks and Rockies tied at 1 apiece. Final scores: the Cubs defeated the Pirates 3-1. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. Mets over the Mariners 3-1, and the Red Sox over the Marlins 7-5. Due up for the Brewers will be Turang, Black, and Lockridge. Is Yelich going to bat unless they have a really good inning? I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 batters away, Baby Trap, so I'm very sorry. Josh is really happy about the Reds. Again, Pagan, 2.86 ERA for the Reds. 25 saves this year. Batting average, opponent batting average of 158. He has been pretty good. Can he hold the Brewers to 13 in a row? No more. This is Bryce Turang batting .277, OPS of .753, 12 homers and 58 RBIs, as he will lead things off in the top of the ninth. Pagan sets and fires. That is outside for ball one. 97 on the gun. Yeah, he batted last inning. 1-0 count as Pagan sets. Kicks and deals. That is upstairs ball two. Turang 1 for 3 RBI double. He's knocked in the only run today for the Brewers. Pagan sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 95 right down the middle. Two and one. Reds fans are already standing. Pagan delivers. That's inside ball three. 3-1. Turang has never gotten a hit off Pagan in his career. Of course, he's only faced him once, so he's 0 for 1. As Pagan steps off, steps back on the mound, 3-1 count. Pagan sets. Kicks and deals. That is popped up. Foul territory. They're going to watch it become a souvenir, so we'll do this again, this time at 3-2. 3-2 counts. Nobody on, nobody out. Reds leading 2-1 over the Brewers. Brewers 13-game winning streak is on the line. Pagan sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that is out of play. SJ, that is interesting. All right, well, good luck with that. 74 likes again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like. I do appreciate you guys. Here is the 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. So he walks the leadoff batter. And that will bring up Tyler Black. He's batting .286, OPS of .929. Of course, he only has 7 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Turang takes his lead at first. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Black is asking him where that was, but no, that was definitely in the zone. 0-1 counts. Pinch runner. There is no pinch running Terraria. That is still a Turang at first. Pagan sets and fires. That is upstairs for ball 1. Reds are the only MLB team not to be swept. Yeah, no, Christopher has mentioned that before. A 1-1 count, and it looks like the catcher is going to ask for time again. A pretty big at-bat here. Black again, 0 for 1 with a walk in the 7th. Doing everything he can to not ground into a double play. That would be brutal. as Pagan sets and delivers. Check this swing. That's in there for a called strike. 1-2. Pagan looks over at first. Sets. Catcher's aiming to the dirt. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs. Ball 2, and the Reds fans wanted that call, but no, that was nowhere close. As it's 2-2. Pagan rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, ball 3. Reds fans are yelling at the umpire, but again, just because the catcher does receive the ball doesn't mean it's a strike. That was way outside, 3-2. Stop looking, start swinging, says Jacob. 3-2 count. Pagan sets. And a pickoff attempt, and Terang is back safe and sound. During the deadline, I was really hoping the Reds would go out and get a true closer. Prior to this year, Pagan had little experience, but he has done a nice job, yeah, for sure. 3-2, Pagan sets. Looks over, kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. That one was way inside, by the way, and Black was just protecting. Is Trang on first? Trang is on first. I know it says second. That is one bad thing about that scoreboard. It just messes up. That is the one bad thing. It is such a cool scoreboard that I found, but it does have that one error. It'll say everybody's at second if he's at first. 3-2 count. Pagan sets, kicks and deals. Outside, ball 4. Oh my goodness. Back-to-back walks. And the pitching coach of the Reds is going to come out and have a little chat. He just wants to talk to him. Lockridge is, of course, due up here. He's batting .231, OPS of .550, no homers and 10 RBIs. Again, runners on first and second with still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. That's bad. He had Yelich. Oh, he had Yelich for fantasy. Yeah, that's always tough. 2 walks in a row. Yes. Uh-oh, indeed. I could not do the Scooby-Doo voice if I tried. Maybe one day I'll try to get some other voices or something. Yeah, the mound visit looks like it's ending. It's the little meeting of the minds there. Again, runners on first and second as Lockridge is stepping back towards the plate. Reds leading 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Reds again leading 2-1. Pagan has walked the first 2 batters as the Brewers. The Brew Crew trying to make it 14 in a row. Pagan sets and fires, showing bunt. Oh, he pops it up, and that is going foul. Oh, could have been a disaster. 0-1 counts. Lockridge is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Pagan sets. Kicks, showing bunt. It's down, but he pops it up again. And the catcher can't make the catch. He booked it. You got to give Trevino a lot of credit. There was no lack of hustle there. He was booking it, just couldn't get there in time. He dove and everything. The Brew Crew indeed. Trevino just, oh man, he really laid it all out there. 0-2 to Lockridge. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Reds, of course, leading 2-1. Pagan sets. Looks back at second. Crowd is loud. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Shallow right as Steer's going to make the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Sal Frelick. Batting .295, OPS of .770, 9 homers and 47 RBIs on the season. Frelick, 0 for 4 tonight. A strikeout, 2 groundouts, and a lineout. Pagan looking back in second, kicks and deals. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Frelick is due. I agree, Jacob. You would say statistically Frelick is definitely due. 1-0 count. Pagan sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 87-mile-per-hour cutter at the knees. He was way out in front. Frelick this season batting .319 in the 7th inning or later. So he definitely gets better as the game goes along. 1-1. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to second. There's one. Ellie fires to first. Oh, the ball gets away. Steer has it. Terang scores. And it's a tie game. Ellie just ripped it to first, but the throw was off. Steer tried to make a pick. Just couldn't make it happen. We're definitely heading to the bottom of the 9th. Oh my goodness. Looked like an easy double play, but again, Frelick, he was booking it. The throw was just off. And there's an injury. I'm not too sure what it is. The Brewers manager is coming out. I'm not too sure. They haven't really talked about it. You think Yelich is going to hit? Well, he's 2 batters away. They're having a chat. I don't know if this is Frelick or not. I can't really make it out. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they're having a little chat with Frelick. And again, just like that, it's a tie game. The manager having a chat. All right, looks like we're going to be okay. Frelick is at first. This is Anthony Siegler at the plate again. We are definitely going to the bottom of the 9th as the Brewers have just tied it up. A throwing error by Ellie De La Cruz. Steer tried to make the pick, but just couldn't happen. It ball gets away, and of course the Brewers are able to tie it up. Is there an injury? There was a little bit of a delay, but Frelick looks to be fine, Jay. He is on. He's still at first. This is Siegler. Pagan sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1. Siegler batting .209 on the year, OPS of .509. Only has 43 at-bats in his young MLB career. In fact, he's a rookie. Pagan sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a foul ball there as it's fouled off the catcher. 1-1. You jumped out of your seat. Oh, yeah. No, this is a great game. This is a great game. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. 1 man on. He's at first. Brewers tying it up, of course. As Pagan sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. Checked his swing. That's right down the middle. Strike 2 as the Reds fans are clapping. They're happy. They're just hoping that this will be a tie game as they head to the bottom of the 9th. You're going to win 800 if Yelich. Oh, man. I'm pulling for you, man. Looks like Siegler's going to ask for time. That's why you've never had fingernails. 1-2 count. You should try being a Steelers fan, though. I know you probably are a Bengals fan, so you hate the sound of that. 1-2 count. Pagan sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be poked at, and that is a foul ball. Siegler just trying to stay alive. Keep this inning going. Again, a throwing error by Ellie De La Cruz has made this a 2-2 ball game. Pagan sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be chopped foul as he's, again, just getting a little bit of contact on it. Siegler, yeah, most of these guys. Oh, I'm getting too old. Trisk. 1-2 count, Pecan. Rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the Brewers do what they can to potentially keep this streak alive as we head to the bottom of the ninth, where the game is tied 2-2. What's the throw over his head? No, it was down and away. Steer pretty much had to, I don't know, how to explain it, but, the throw coming from second, it was, down and away. He just couldn't get there in time. Do apologize. I'm getting WD-40 eventually. This chair squeaks. Being a Phillies fan, I don't have any fingers left. Oh, man, Michael. I would say I would have, no nails, no fingers. But again, the Pirates, we kind of go into the game expecting to lose. And if we win, it's like a great, again, the Pirates are the Cleveland Browns of the MLB. So it is so unfortunate. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Again, make sure to leave a like and definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you are a fan of play-by-play, if you're not able to listen to the game, that's kind of where I come in. Of course, again, it is mostly Pirates on the channel. I'm not going to catfish you guys. But, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball and primarily, what the heck, man? Primarily, I do NL, the National League. And, of course, I'll be doing the postseason, which isn't too far away. So hopefully that sounds good to you. And, of course, I'll be doing the NFL as well. As you can see, I'm a Steelers fan. I'll be doing all the Steelers games. But, of course, I'll be having polls every single week, weeks 1 through 18. You guys will be picking a game. And, yeah, hopefully that sounds good to you. And I'll be calling that game. So after the Steelers game, I'll be doing the game that you guys voted for. The pitcher for the bottom of the ninth is going to be Abner Uribe. Uribe with a 1.88 ERA, whip of a 1.06. As this will be Miguel Andujar. He's batting .316, OPS of 828, 9 homers and 36 RBIs. Listo, Hector. Yes, Listo. Are you ready? Who thinks Rose deserves the Hall? I agree, Jacob. He does. EJ's happy about the Brewers. Again, I do apologize. Not used to this many people, as you guys can probably tell. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a cold strike. 0-1. They're definitely not like the Browns. The Browns are way more respectable at what? Merv. No way. 0-1 counts. Uribe sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Thought you were part of the Brew Crew. No, sir, I am not. This is a Pirates jersey. But I've actually, again, the Brewers fans have been very good to me. They've been very kind, so softening the little feelings I've had for the Brewers over the years. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be hit to first. Tosses to Uribe, covering the bag for out number 1. No, I am the Pirates play-by-play guy. Sorry. But, hey, again, it's been fun covering these Brewers games. And, of course, as we get closer, probably doing a little bit more Brewers. If the Pirates aren't playing, I don't want to promise anything. But, again, I am going to try to do the playoff teams whenever I can't cover the Pirates. The other game I'll do is a team that's most likely in the playoff picture or trying to get in the playoff picture. That includes both these teams tonight. Here is the pitch. That is going to be low for ball 1. This is Jake Fraley. This is his first plate appearance tonight. Batting .234, OPS of 722, 6 homers and 23 RBIs. 1-0, Uribe kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. Who's out on the field? What do you mean by that, baby? There's plenty of babies. That sounds so dumb. Trap. What do you mean, trap there? I don't know. I'm just going to not talk. 1-1 count. Uribe sets and fires. That is inside for ball 2. Oh, my goodness. Not used to this. 2-1 count. Uribe once again rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is a foul ball. What players on bases? There are no players on the bases. Trap. We're going to say trap. 2-2 count. Uribe sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to the left, and that is a foul ball. You're doing good. Thank you, Greasy. Yeah, appreciate it. Once again, 2-2. 2-2 is also the score. 2-2 is the count. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Uribe delivers. That's going to be a foul ball again as Fraley is just trying to stay alive. Can there be overtime, Luis? There can be. It would be called extra innings. Extra innings. 2-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 3. 3-2 count. Uribe was walking off the mound, but did not get the call. Again, that was a 50-50 call. 3-2. Uribe kicks and deals. That's going to be chopper fouls. Fraley stumbles all over the place. I'm sure he's okay. Again, he's just battling there, trying to stay alive. So if the Reds don't score, it keeps going. Yes, Luis. Yes, it will be. It's called extra innings in baseball. Sounds like Luis. Hey, well, yeah, that's okay. You know, everyone's learning. You only learn if you ask. You know, I have no problem with, as long as you're, genuinely asking for, whatever. That's perfectly fine. Spike that like and subscribe. Again, we do have a little bit of an on-field delay as Fraley did ask for time. Again, he did stumble all over the place. The count is 3-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Nobody on. Brewers and Reds tied at 2 apiece. Uribe sets. He's still set. Kicks and deals. Check the swing. Did he go? And they're going to say he did go. Fraley is taking off all his equipment as he thought he didn't. That's why I had a little bit of I wasn't sure what was happening. I'd like to see a replay. Here is the replay. Not really a good angle. Yeah, no, he definitely went, though. You can see from this angle, which really isn't that good. That'll bring up Noelvi Marte. He's batting .284, OPS of .811. 8 home runs and 36 RBIs on the season. Uribe sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1. It's been great listening. Thank you, Becky. Appreciate it. You doing the crew game? Unfortunately, no, Jacob. I'll be doing Pirates and Cubs. I get to see the Cubs beat the Pirates. I'm so excited about that. 1-0 counts. Uribe sets. He's still set, and it looks like Marte is asking about the pitch clock. And the pitch timer never turned on, and the umpires are going to have a little conference about this. Marte had a huge issue. Uribe, of course, was just standing there forever. So I'm sorry, Jacob. I'm sure I'll come across the Brewers again. Again, like I said, a lot of Brewers fans here have been pretty good, pretty good to me, pretty nice to me. So, hey, I'll keep coming back. But again, like I said, I do prioritize the Pirates. I don't know. I'll have to look at the schedule. That's what I'll just have to do. So 1-0 counts, and again, there's a little bit of a delay here. Not too sure. Let me check. I was actually looking at this. I think I could do Brewers and Cubs Wednesday night. Again, I don't want to say, yeah, 100% that's happening, but that is possible if I do a doubleheader Wednesday. So I'm off Wednesday. So I can do the Pirates early, chill, and then come back for Brewers Cubs. Again, I don't want to promise anything, but there is a possibility that happens. So again, I do apologize. There's an on-field delay, so not sure what's happening. As now we're working our way back to it. It's a 1-0 count. There's not going to be any balls or strikes issued. Are there many Steelers fans in Texas? Yes, there are. Steelers fans are everywhere. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So after all that confusion, the Reds get a hit. It's batting .223, OPS of .639, 11 homers, and 39 RBIs. And there is a mound visit. I don't know what, a little bit of a meeting of the minds. Contreras having a little chat with Uribe. Greasy hairs. Yeah, that's funny. Brewers, we. Looking forward to that Wednesday. Yeah, no, hopefully it does. I'm sure it can. But I just don't want to promise anything. But like, oh, you know, this guy is a liar. No, I don't want to say like 100% it's happening. But if I do a doubleheader, it'll be Brewers and Cubs for sure. All right, McLean at the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Uribe delivers. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Again, the Reds. Looks like the umpire telling Uribe to get the rosin bag off the... Okay. All right, 0-1 count. Well, thank you, Eli. I try. Uribe sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That's in the dirt. Oh, the ball gets away. And Marte takes advantage as he's at second. McLean in his career against Uribe is 1 for 1. Slider that just got away from Contreras as Uribe sets on the 1-1. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a foul ball as it's 1-2. The Reds with the runner in scoring position. A chance here, a base hit in the outfield. Could snap this winning streak. Very impressive streak. 13 in a row. Trying to push it to extras to keep it going. 1-2 count. Uribe sets. Looks back. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We're going to extra innings. It is 2-2. Brewers and Reds. Reds. I was going to say Red Sox. That's on me, guys. We head to the top of the 10th. It's still even. Brewers trying to keep the streak alive. Oh, what a game. What a game. Would rather see Espinal than McLean batting. Butler, Wisconsin. Excellent job. Thank you very much again. Feel free to press a like button. Press that like button if you haven't done so already. And definitely subscribe to the channel. As you can see, again, definitely not the most well-known YouTuber. Just really starting out this year with the play-by-play stuff and all that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been a fun one. It's been a great game. And I do appreciate you guys. I guess I can go over scores. I didn't think I'd get a chance to, but here we are. Let's see. The Orioles and Astros tied at 4 apiece. The Braves leading the Indians 10-1. Tigers and Twins tied at 3. Royals over the White Sox 6-0. Yankees over the Cardinals 9-5. Diamondbacks over the Rockies 3-2. Zeros in San Francisco and Los Angeles as those games are just now starting. Cubs again defeating the Pirates 3-1. Blue Jays over the Rangers 14-2. Nationals over the Phillies 2-0. Mets over the Mariners 3-1. And the Red Sox, they're the Red Sox, defeating the Marlins 7-5. New pitcher for the Reds will be Scott Barlow. 6-1 record, 3.69 ERA, whip of a 1.32. Last 7 games, he's been pretty good, 2.45 ERA. Looking to keep that going. Contreras is scheduled to be the leadoff hitter. Extra inning records, Brewers 4-3 on the season. Reds 2-7. So this game over. It's approaching. I believe it started at 5:40 Central Time. May have been 5:35. You don't do every 2 seconds. Greasy, if you really want to listen to ums, hey, I have a lot of ums here. You probably just haven't been able to hear them. I will, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to all the time now. But yeah, I appreciate it though. I really do. As Barlow kicks and deals, that's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Oh, and the left fielder has some trouble with it. Fraley still has it, throws into second, and he is not in time. Fraley was fielding the ball, and then he just trips. And then he was sitting down for a little bit. Now Fraley is limping, as the Brewers have just taken the lead thanks to the Ghost Runner. Yeah, no, the Ghost Runner is still it's a controversial thing. Again, it was just a simple ground ball. Fraley had it, mismanaged the whole thing, and then he kind of rolled over on his foot. Ooh. Oh, yeah, no, I can see why he went down. Oh, landed on his ankle. He may have rolled his ankle. He did throw it in a second. You got to appreciate the effort by Fraley. That is just unfortunate. So I don't know if Fraley's going to try to continue. It's being scored as an E7. But yes, the Brewers, as of now, again, have taken the lead 3-2. We're just waiting to see if Fraley is okay. You like the Ghost Runner? It can end in a draw in Korean. Oh, that kind of stinks. You've never heard of the Ghost Runner? It's pretty much you just start off the extra innings with the runner on second. That's all it is, DS. All right, I believe we're good. No, Fraley's actually going to exit, so interesting to see what they're going to do. They've already pinch hit quite a few of the players. I don't know if there's anybody left on the bench. And if there is, they might have to do some maneuvering here. Santiago Espinal is going to be playing left. All right. We should be back in action as, again, Contreras is at second. Christian Yelich coming to the plate. This is, I believe, Trapp's guy. Batting .270, OPS of .818, 25 homers, and okay, never mind. He's getting intentionally walked. So I'm sorry, Trap, if you needed a hit there. That is unfortunate. That is actually, you hate to see it, Trap. You really hate to see that. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn's batting .242, OPS of .718, 14 homers, and 54 RBIs. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Barlow sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike right down the middle. Hope Fraley's okay. Yeah, we'll see. Again, it did look like he landed on his ankle. 0-1 count. Barlow sets and fires. Chopper to short. Ellie tosses second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. All right, that will bring up Caleb Durbin. When was that, guys? Was that just, 3 or 4 years ago? It wasn't too long ago. Caleb Durbin at the plate, batting .256, OPS of .708, 6 homers, and 40 RBIs. As Barlow sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike. Baseball's not sudden death. That would be really dumb if baseball was sudden death. 0-1 count. Barlow kicks and deals. Ground ball to third. Hayes has it. Throws to first for out number 3. The Brewers score a run on the first pitch of the inning. Will it be enough? I guess we'll find out in about 2 minutes. as the Brewers lead the Reds 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 10th. You miss 7-hour games of extra innings. Sometimes games will go 50. Yeah, no. That is, you believe the second inning? Really? I thought it was a little bit longer. Looks like they're staying here. That's cool. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Definitely leave a like and definitely subscribe to the channel. Again, I do mostly Pirates. It's not like, oh, I'm doing Brewers and Reds every game from now on. No, that's not happening. But I can try to work you guys in, of course, as we get closer to the postseason. I'll be trying to do teams that are in the postseason picture or fighting for the playoffs whenever I'm not able to do a Pirates game. So that is my pitch to you guys. And, of course, I'll be doing the NFL. I love the NFL. Big Steelers fan. I'll be doing every single Steelers game. But, again, every single week I'll be having polls, and you guys will be voting on those polls every single week. So that game, whoever wins the poll, I will be doing right after the Steelers game or before the Steelers game, depending on where the Steelers are playing that day. And then, of course, I'll be doing college football as well. So definitely join me for that. And, again, I will be doing the postseason as well for baseball. So I know these teams will definitely, or at least the Brewers. The Reds, again, have a good shot. They just need to take advantage of the Mets struggling. As I'm not too sure if we're going to see a new pitcher. I've been waiting to see if they're sending out a new pitcher. Okay, we are. We're seeing a new pitcher here. It's going to be Trevor McGill. He is the closer of the Brewers. 3-2 record, 2.14 ERA, whip of a 1.05. He will be in charge of trying to keep this 3-2 so the Brewers can go home and win. Well, no, they're not go home, but at least go to the hotel with a 14-game winning streak. Jose Trevino will be the batter. What's your take on Rodgers taking over at QB? I'm okay with it. I'm just cautiously optimistic, DS. That's really the best way I can explain it for the Steelers this year. If he doesn't do well, I guess nothing has changed because, again, the Steelers haven't really had a quarterback since, that guy retired. All right, Jose Trevino at the plate again. Ghost runner at second. McGill on the mound. He sets, looks back at second, kicks and deals, showing bunt. That is outside, ball one. Trevino. He's 0 for 3 on the night, batting .255, OPS of .692, 4 homers and 17 RBIs. Yeah, Hammer, it's a good night. It's a very good night. It's a good game. 1-0, McGill delivers, showing bunt, and that is a foul ball. He'll be on second base. That is a good question. I've been kind of waiting to see if they would show the guy. I'm assuming it's McLean. McLean should be the guy at second. Unless they did a pinch runner. But you guys are saying puckering. All right, I don't know. Here is the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. And I could not tell you who that is for sure. 100 at the knees. 1-2 count. Runner on second, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 101 right down the middle. Here you go. Can you hit it? Trevino could not. As that will bring up Cabrian Hayes. Yeah, McLean. Hayes is batting .234, OPS of .576, 4 homers and 40 RBIs. He is homered in this one, 1 for 3 today. McGill sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike once again, right down the middle. 0-1 count again. Ghost runner at second, 1 out. Brewers leading 3-2. McGill sets, looks back at second, looks back again, kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike, 1-1. Hayes is shaking his head. Can't believe it. 0-2. McGill sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Frelick leaping. Can't make the catch. It hops. It actually hit the wall and then hit Frelick and then bounced over the wall. It is a tie game. Key Brian Hayes has had a great game today, the former Pirate. I'm just wondering why couldn't he do this in Pittsburgh? Now McGill's going to be like, hey, can we just get this to the 11th? As that'll bring up TJ Friedel, batting .271, OPS of .761, 10 homers and 39 RBIs. Again, Hayes is at second. I know, I can't believe it. And now the umpires are getting together. It hit the wall, and then it bounced off Frelick, and then it went into the to the crowd. And the umpires are getting together to see what the call should be. I thought it would just be a ground rule double. It's not like he intentionally threw it into the crowd. Now Francona's going to have a little word. I think the Reds want an extra base because they're saying that he had already crossed first prior to the ball actually going out of play. Again, it hit off the wall, then hit off Frelick's knee, and then took a wild bounce into the Brewers bullpen. What a battle indeed, Michael. I know, this is amazing. James says, yeah, no, the Reds gonna get this game. All right, he's at second. Runner at second, one out. McGill sets. Reds fans are loud. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner, but it's not called a strike. The umpires squeezing him. The cheating Reds. I don't know if the Reds had anything to do with that. 1-0 count. McGill sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is popped up. Siegler in foul territory, under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. That is huge. Friedel wants to break the bat, but he will not. And that will bring up Spencer Steer. He's batting .238, OPS of .702, 15 homers and 59 RBIs. Again, Ke'Bryan Hayes is at second. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. McGill sets, kicks, and deals. That is inside ball 1. Umpires ready for bed. Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, it was a ground rule, though. They eventually did that. What's a ghost runner? Again, pretty much whenever extra innings start, you start off at second. You have a free base runner at second base. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 2. How many rounds? It could go until someone. We could go to the 20th inning, Erlock. It just really depends. Really depends. 2-0. McGill rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs, ball 3. McGill, he wanted the call, but not getting it. That was just upstairs, but and he's been feeling a little frustrated with some of the calls here. 3-0 count. McGill shakes his head no. Sets on the 3-0. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. So he walks as my headset has just died. So that's always good. That'll bring up Ellie Dela Cruz. So I'm going to have to imagine the crowd being loud as everyone is standing and cheering. And it looks like McGill is done. He is done. So with Ellie coming to the plate, they are heading to the bullpen. Wow, what a game, guys. Longest game was 37 innings. Oh, man. I do have a backup headset. It's just not as good. So we'll do that. We're going to go ahead and I have to plug it into the controller. Okay, no, he's actually not coming out. So I thought that was the manager that came out, but no. So he's leaving him in. So I'm pretty sure that was the manager. All right. So Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. He's 1 for 3. McGill sets. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt, ball 1. Get up, get out of here, gone. I'll try. I don't know. I do need a better home run call. Game is so long, Dr. DeLay's heads. Yeah, it literally quit. 1-0 count. McGill sets. Kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Again, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. And Ellie does step out of the box. Steps back in. Again, 3-3. Will we see an 11th inning? Will we see another chance for the Brewers to take this to 14 in a row? Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a called strike right down the middle. 99 on the fastball. Can't copy. Yeah, I probably can't. McGill sets on the 1-2. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. Siegler's booking it. And that one is landing foul. We'll do this again at 1-2. What a game. Ellie this season with runners in scoring position. Batting .318. 5 homers. 53 RBIs. OPS of .914. This is a guy you want at the plate in this situation. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Check this swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 3. We're heading to another inning. The Brewers trying to keep the streak alive at least for another inning. 3-3 as we head to the top of the 11th. Oh, my goodness. This game will never end, folks. I don't think so. Remember to smash that like button. Yes, thank you, Michael. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. Again, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. I'll have to charge that after the stream. I'm not going to worry about it now. But, yeah, no, definitely subscribe to the channel. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. It's not just a one-off, I promise. You can look at my body of work. It'll extend to about February or March when I was doing a little bit of college basketball. But, of course, again, been doing this since opening day. Of course, it's mostly Pirates. But, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. Of course, the Pirates aren't able to be playing in and, you know, they're not on, or, you know, I'm at work while the Pirates are playing. I will try to get a stream in every day. Of course, I'll be here for postseason as well. And I know the Brewers will definitely be there. The Reds, of course, they're fighting. You're seeing that fight tonight. What round? We are in the 11th inning, or about to be. So definitely, again, appreciate you guys. Of course, I'll be doing football as well. It's not just a Steelers channel. Don't want to scare you guys. So there'll be other games, and you guys will have a lot of say on that other game on Sunday. New pitcher for the Reds. This is going to be Joe LaSorsa. LaSorsa. Interesting name. LaSorsa. Sorcery. 9.53 ERA, whip of a 2.12. He has struggled this year. He's going to be in charge of trying to keep this a 3-3 ball game as Terang is coming to the plate. He's batting .277, OPS of .754, 12 homers and 58 RBIs. This could be a long one, I know, right? It could be. Thanks for doing this. Hey, you're very welcome. You just got to left. Thank you very much for tuning on in. What a game I want to broadcast. Thank you. Here is the pitch. That is outside, ball one. Just wondering, though, how do you do this and not violate any copyright laws? Well, I can't show you any of the game, Brian. If I show you any of the game, my channel is cooked. Can't show you the game or show you any of the audio. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-1 count. Yeah, if you actually do see the game on YouTube, that channel probably won't last much longer. That's just, they don't know what they're doing. Here's the 1-1. Tapper down the third base line. Hayes throws to first. He's safe. There was a whole bunch of things. The bunt was down. Hayes was trying not to trip over La Sorsa. La Sorsa and Hayes were booking for it. Oh, man, that is tough. It definitely impacted the throw a little bit. That'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. He is the pinch hitter. Batting .242, OPS of .670, 1 homer and 8 RBIs on the season. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. La Sorsa was just calling from the minor leagues. It's a big spot for him. Steelers, Packers, your subscribers will go to the roof. Yeah, well, I mean, I do plan on doing every Steelers game for sure. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Does it have the distance? It does. It is out of here. The Brewers now lead 6-3 thanks to Andrew Monasterio, his second home run of the season. As they look like they may be extending this winning streak, it's 6-3. North versus North. Yes, Steelers, Packers for sure. Lockridge at the plate, batting .229, OPS of .544, no homers, 10 RBIs. La Sorsa delivers. That is outside, ball one. One and 0 count to Lockridge. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tapper to short. Dela Cruz throws to first for out number 1. Oh, man, that was huge. As that'll bring up Sal Frelick. It's batting .294, OPS of .768, 9 homers and 47 RBIs on the season. Yeah, and the Brewers just have taken the lead, as that's going to be a pop-up. Ellie is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Anthony Siegler. He's batting .205, OPS of .499, no homers and 3 RBIs. Who hit the home run? That was Monasterio. Andrew Monasterio's the hero potentially. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike, as they're just showing Monasterio in the dugout. 0-1 count. Siegler. Here's the pitch, and he did ask for time. Siegler again. It's 0-for-1 with the walk. Sal Frelick. Yeah, no, that's definitely a name. All right, 0-1 count here to Siegler as La Sorsa delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Siegler keeping the inning alive. And that will bring up William Contreras. Contreras is batting .264, OPS of .760, 12 homers, and 59 RBIs on the season. What the heck? I left 5 minutes ago. What happened? A 3-run shot by Monasterio. That is what happened. La Sorsa delivers. Tapper, and that is a foul ball. Reds doing what they do best. That's a tough way to lose. That is a tough way to lose if that's the case. 0-1 count to Contreras. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 11th. The Brewers are up 6-3. Here is the pitch. Checked his swing. Did not go. 1-1. Great seats A, buddy. Bob Uecker. Interesting. Count is 1-1 to Contreras. He also walked, by the way. I did forget to mention that. 2 for 4 with a walk. Looks like he did ask for time. Contreras digging back in. 1-1 count. La Sorsa doesn't like the sign. Now he does. He sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker. Uecker. Okay, I gotcha. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I'm uneducated. 1-2 count. La Sorsa sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is going foul. Once again, a 1-2 count. Again, the Brewers just trying to keep it going. Of course, Monasterio kind of broke the game open as La Sorsa sets on the 1-2. Looks over, kicks, and fires. That's going to be hit foul yet again. Just staying alive. Just a bit outside. Once again, a 1-2 count. Contreras just trying to get a bat on it. As La Sorsa sets, looks over at first, looks over again, kicks, and no, little pickoff attempt, and he is back safe and sound. Thanks for doing this. I don't get the game. Hey, you're welcome, Tim. This is what I do. This is what I do on this channel is play-by-play. La Sorsa sets. Looks over at first, kicks, and deals. That's going to be poked once again. You'll never guess it's a foul ball. Better known as a sports fan. I know that part. Batting 200 as a career 200 hitter. Okay. Once again, it's a 1-2 count. You've probably heard it over and over again. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, ball 2. So we're changing the count finally. As it's 2-2. La Sorsa once again rocks, sets, looks over at Ziegler, kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 3. Three and 2. La Sorsa sets, kicks and deals. That's going to be poked and popped up. Shallow center. Friedel is under it and will make the catch for out number 3. All right, we head to the bottom of the 11th. The Brewers taking the lead thanks to Andrew Monasterio with a 3-run home run. They lead 6-3 over the Reds. The Reds need 3 runs to push this extras or more for the win. Brewers looking like they may be going to 14 in a row. Basketball Jones, one of my favorite calls. I do not. And if you, I might, and I just don't really remember. I'm sorry, Trisk. Once again, folks, thank you guys for clicking on the live stream. I appreciate you guys for doing so. And of course, if you enjoyed tonight's play-by-play, definitely leave a like. Looks like that, and definitely press the subscribe button. It's free, by the way. I want to make that clear. You won't have to pay a dime to press that subscribe button. Of course, I do a lot of Pirates baseball. That is kind of what I do. But, of course, as evidenced by tonight, I do know, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and, of course, we'll be doing some of the playoffs. So definitely subscribe if you need a voice for the playoffs. I will try. I will try to do the best I can, but I will be there. Hopefully, I will see you there as well. And, of course, the NFL is just right around the corner, and I will be doing plenty of that as well. And you guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing. Of course, I'll be doing every Steelers game, but the other game, the other window that Sunday will be voted on by you guys, the subscribers of the channel. So appreciate you guys so much. And I'll also be doing college football as well. I forgot to mention that. But, we'll see how that goes. Due up for the Reds will be Andujar, Espinal, and Marte. And looks like we'll have a new pitcher for the Brewers. It's going to be Nick Mears, the former Pirate. Another former Pirate. 4-3 record, 2.93 ERA, whip of a .91. The Reds will have Dela Cruz at least starting at second, so that might be some trouble. Playoffs, yeah. I think about that too every time I say playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk about the playoffs. Playoffs? You kidding me? Miguel Andujar will be at the plate. He's batting .312, OPS of .825, 9 homers and 36 RBIs. Roger Goodell, like Girl Ghost Runner. Yeah. That would be something Goodell would put in the NFL for sure. Here is the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Again, a reminder, Ghost Runner at second. That is Dela Cruz. Andujar is 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. Mears. Looks like there's some issues with the pitch comm. As we're going to have a little delay here. I don't know what's going on. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Doc, this game's over. Hey, James, baseball, you never know what could happen. Anything could happen. There's no outs in an inning. It's still anyone's game. Still anyone's game. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, as there is, again, a delay. All right, 1-0 count. Looks like we got that situation good. Underway. Mears sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. 1-1 count. Brewers 14 in a row. It's looking like it, Josh. Nathan saying the Brewers will never lose again. That would be pretty impressive. I don't know if that's possible, though. 1-1 count. Mears sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Way out in front. Andujar just trying to get some contact there. One and two to Miguel Andujar. Mears sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to center. Lockridge is under it and makes the catch. Ellie is going to tag up and head to third. That one was a lot closer. Dela Cruz was jogging. But that is a costly out number 1. That'll bring up Santiago Espinal. He's batting .251, OPS of .597, no homers and 15 RBIs. This, of course, is his first plate appearance of the night. With Ellie at third, 1 out here in the bottom of the 11th. Brewers leading 6-3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 97 outside, or upstairs, inside. I don't know what in the world I was. My brain and the eyes were not communicating. 0-1 count. Mears delivers. That's in the dirt for ball 1. The Brewers just 2 outs away from going to 14 in a row. Mears sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Mears sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be hit to center. Lockridge is under it. Looks like that's going to be caught. Ellie is going to jog on home. It's now 6-4, but the Reds are down to their final out. Definitely will take that deal if you're a Brewer, as that will bring up Noel V. Marte. He is batting .288, OPS of .817, 8 homers, and 36 RBIs on the season. All right, Reds fans and Brewers fans are standing. Looks like there's a lot of Brewers that did make their way. As here's the pitch, that's going to be chopped foul. Marte is 1 for 4 on the night. 1 out away from 14 in a row. Mears looking to get the save. Sets, kicks, and deals. Marte hits this to left, and that one is gone. A Marte parte, maybe it won't be exciting, but Marte at least makes things interesting, as it's now 6-5. And that will bring up Matt McLean. He is batting .222, OPS of .637. 11 homers and 39 RBIs. Jeez, what a game. I'm telling you, this is a pretty good game. McLean digging in. Mears kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 97 upstairs. McLean is 0 for 4. A lot of booing, a lot of dang it. The Reds are fighting, though. They are not going away. It looks like there's a mound visit, and the Reds fans are booing. Once again, it's going to be an 0-1 count to Matt McLean. Could tie it up with one swing of the bat. Again, he is due for a hit. 0 for 4 on the night. Has 11 home runs on the year, so he can do it. Kind of, not a power hitter, but has some power. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be low for ball 1. 1-1. Mears sets, kicks, and deals. McLean hits this to center, right center, at the warning track. Lockridge at the wall, makes the catch for out number 3. 14 in a row. The Brewers come back and win, tying it up in the 9th. Winning it in the 11th. The Brewers will move to 78-44. The Reds fall to 64-60. Wow, what a game. What a game. What a game, folks. And that won't be updated, I don't think. But again, the Reds now are, I believe they're a game and a half now. Yeah, they're going to be a game and a half back of the Mets. Again, the Mets, though, they are still struggling. They did win, of course, but again, the Reds are still in it. Definitely plenty of baseball left. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by, and thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank you again, everyone. This has been a pretty good night for me. Pretty good night, of course, for baseball, and pretty good night for the Brewers fans. As again, 14 in a row, so congratulations to you guys. Once again, folks, one final plea. Definitely leave a like and definitely subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed tonight's game. Again, I'm not going to say I'm doing every Brewers game or Reds game from now on. That's just not going to happen. I'm still a Pirates fan. Despite how it's been, that's where I'm going to call my games. But, of course, again, postseason baseball is not too far from now. And, again, I'm not going to say I'm going to be doing Brewers and Cubs Wednesday night. But if I'm able to do another game Wednesday, that's going to be the game for sure. So, again, thank you very much for stopping on by. I want to, again, I've been very lucky. I have a lot of people that have been very good to me. So all I'm going to do is, again, I had a really good night. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want, I can't redirect, but what I can do is I can post a link to a guy. Again, he's been very good to me. Please go ahead and if you get a chance, just, take a minute, go ahead and click on that link. Say hi. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Sub to him. Again, he does football. He's going to be my partner in a show we're doing. So, again, I really do appreciate you guys so much. Again, it's been a fun night. Congratulations, Brewers Reds. You guys were so close. You guys were so close. But, again, make sure to definitely check on in. Say hi. Say, hey, Dr. Lay sent me. And subscribe to the channel. Again, he's really good at what he does for football. If you're a football fan, definitely subscribe as well to both Rising Rhino and me. Pure Adrenaline Sports. Again, I have a bunch of people on my page that, again, just definitely check it out and subscribe. Again, thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow, though. If you're just a pure baseball fan, it'll be Pirates and Cubs. That's, again, I appreciate you guys so much. And I will catch you guys next time. You guys all have a great rest of your Saturday. And I will see you next time again. Y'all have a good night and take care.